Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Give me a Yahoo if I can be heard, family. Give me a Yahoo if I could be heard. Good to see y'all in the building. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Y'all forgive me. I had to get my sons together real quick. These little short steppers and short leggers. You know how it is with them. Never ending job, you dig? I see y'all in the building. Bless up, bless up, bless up. I'm about to drop this link in the chat too. For anybody that want to come on and chop it up a little taste about the topic. All right. It'd be good to hear y'all perspective. All right. This is Nazarene edition, part 100. All praises to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, the Creator. You understand? We started off on this channel, actually started on this transition like last April, but I think we did Nazarene edition part 1 last May. You dig? So from the end of last May up until where we at right now, you got 100 editions of Nazarene, higher Torah, higher light teachings. You understand? Getting off the flesh pots, stop making your body a graveyard for, dead flesh and all that. And with each class is like 3 to 4 hours. So you're dealing with 300 to 400 hours of teaching. You understand? So all praises to the Most High. A lot of people have been edified. I get calls all the time behind the scenes like, man, bro, it makes sense. You feel me? But even with the haters, shout out to the haters, jaw jackers and naysayers. We love y'all too. Yeah. It's a good thing to have haters because they promote you through the envy and hatred. They promote you. You dig? So shout out to them too. But we just kept going. This part 100. 100. So we can drop the 100-round clip out there for anybody that thought we was gonna run out of gas or that we was tripping. You done lost the light, Ak. All that. We still here. And we doing our thing. You know what I mean? So let me drop this link in the chat too. Because I want some of y'all to come on in this deal. You dig? Shout out to the Creative Gang in the building. Y'all already know. Creative Gang, baby. You bring them, we raise them. Shout out to the Creative Gang. My brothers and sisters. Shout out to my Nazarene scene brothers and sisters. You understand? It's all the same light. It's all the same light. All right. So regardless of what a mealy mouth Negro or whoever got to say, it's all the same light. And that light is shining very, very bright and marvelous right now. You know what I mean? Very, very bright and marvelous. And it's attracting who it's supposed to attract. And it's, mumble mouthing who was supposed to be mumble mouthing. That's it. But all praises. So I definitely want to give all praise to the Most High for that, because people was running their mouth like crazy. The white man and all this crazy madness, like we was making this stuff up. And I'm like, look, we can swim in the Bible and prove what we talking about. If that's where you at. That's where you at. We swim over there. Let's work. People don't want to do that. Everybody kind of quiet, real reserved, because they already know. It's just they done became comfortable where they at. You feel me? And if that's what it is, that's just what it is. But the only frustration come when men and women talk like they really studied up and ready for a real live rapid fire debate. Let's get it done. We can even do a spiritual wager if we got to. So then when you be like, all right, Wolf, oh no, I call you back, or it don't really be nothing. So I've just been lately trying to have a dialogue with whoever claim they disagree. Let's just chop it up about it. You can come on the platform. I ain't gonna let nobody disrespect you or nothing. Spill your piece, speak your piece. You dig? And what is that when they don't even want to do that? What are we really talking about here? You feel me? So I had no problem with anybody because I don't believe I'm better than anybody just because I eat a certain way or move a certain way. You understand? Every man and woman got to move off their own convictions. That's it. When the Most High Spirit inspire you to make a move, you better get on your good foot and move. Make it happen. You know what I mean? So I thank the Most High for that, because that's diligence, even for the naysayers. Like we could have been proud and just been like, hey, you know what? Bump, we drop. It don't even matter. We actually left a trail for anybody who was against us to find us. You can go back to Nazarene edition part 1. and come all the way up to the day where we on Nazarene edition part 100. What is we talking about? 400 hours of teaching back to back to back to back to back to back. That nigga still shooting out there. Yeah, set cleared, quiet on the set, still dumping. Yeah. So for all the haters, just love. I really mean that. You dig? Because that ain't nothing but motivation for me. Hatred makes some people mad. For me, it motivate me go even harder. What you talking about? Or you think I done lost the light, or you know, he ain't got it no more. Ah, come on. Dang it. Yeah, all right. You feel me? Spiritually speaking, I'm still shooting though. And you Harlem Nights, quick. You broke my nose, man. He busts his Tommy, and then the little cat next to him pull out that little water pea shooter. He said, man, if you don't put that little thing up, you see, it's quiet on the set. And a lot of brothers, you know, then apologize, and sisters, not publicly, but, you know, behind. And that's cool. I don't need no, look, I ain't the one that, you know, I ain't the one that, I told you. See, I told you. Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me. I'm your bro. I'm saying when you get sick, not if, when. When. That, look, the flesh has 0% nutritional value. It poisons your blood, blackens your blood, gunks your blood. You understand? It's 100% acidic. You dig? You eating worms, parasites, worms, and all that dead flesh produce maggots. So when you get sick, you know, you can reach out to your brothers. That's all I'm saying. And guess what? We commanded to still bring the healing. And guess what we're going to tell you? You got to stop eating. Hey, you want to get off that flesh. You dig? Israel got a problem with the brothers that tell you that, but when the doctor tell you, hey, get off that flesh. You dig? I got a beloved brother who, you know, one of our beloved brothers. You understand? Doctor straight told him, stop eating flesh. If you want that situation going on with you to cease, stop chewing on them animals. The doctor told him that. After I was already online blowing on everybody, like, hey, look, nah, stop doing all that. That is, something ain't right with that. You dig? The doctor told him that, and that's when he realized. He was like, hey, bro, it's because you saying it. Because when the doctor say it, none of these cats over here had a problem with it. But when you come out and say it, it's like everything, you know, because according to my enemies, everything that I say is wrong. I don't say nothing good. Ain't nothing right about what this nigga say. Nothing. Dang. That's serious. I ain't said nothing right. Nothing. Nothing. Dang, player. That's crazy. I just dropped the link in the chat though, y'all. That's the link. I don't know how to pin that deal. All right, if anybody want to come on, chop it up, I'm about to go to numbers. Let me go to numbers real quick. I'll let everybody. Yeah, it's good to be seen in the building, baby. Good to see y'all. I see y'all in the chat. Yahweh. I like that name. I can mean to tell you that. I like that name. Yahweh. That's hard. All right, let me go ahead and adjust a little taste. All right, how we looking up in here? All right, my brother Prince Yehuda Levi. Amikai Ben Israel, my beloved brother. Bless up, King. Salute, my brother. Abriya, my beloved sister. Bless up, my beloved sister. Much love. Y'all already know. Yehuda Israel, my beloved brother. Bless up, brother. Oh, hey, look. Hopefully you come on in a minute. I just dropped the link. I'd love to hear y'all perspective on a few things. My elder sister, YAH'S. Bless up, Queen. How you doing? How you doing? Me and her been rapping behind the scenes a little taste. That's what's up. All right, my brother Brent Blake, Yeshaya Ben Israel, my dirty South brethren, Birmingham, Alabama. What's the word, baby? My beloved brother, man. May the angel ambassadors of the Creator surround you, brother. You and your family. Believe that. Kila Olam Kazdo, my beloved sister, House of Troy. I salute y'all in the name of the Most High. Bless up. Bless up. Nazarene Faithist. That's right. That's right. Go ahead and tell them what it is. Nazarene Faithist, baby. They scared of that title there. Salute. All praises. All praise. My beloved sister in the building. Bless up. Abundant blessings to y'all. All right. DD is the two. Is that how we say that? DD is the two. I'm definitely eating. This changed my life. All praises to the Most High, the Creator. You know what I mean? We don't even take credit for nothing. It's like, it's all good, player. Let's work. Let's work. Who else we got up in here? Not sorry, Yahoo. Some more Nazarenes in the building. Salute, Nazarene faiths. I salute you in the name of the Creator. Bless up. My beloved sister, Jemiah Brown Curry. I just accepted your friend request too, sis. I ain't know you sent me that weeks ago too. So let me accept sis friend request. I salute y'all in the name of the Creator. Motown vet, that's right. D-Town in the building. YHWH'S, my beloved sister. Bless up. Bless up. Shalom. Shalom, my esteemed sister. What's the word? Ema Set Apart Living. Yeah, I seen y'all was live yesterday. I said, y'all, they didn't got the sisters, they didn't got to fake the sisters out the box. Yeah. City of Compton. Blessings to Ema Ahuba, Set Apart Living TV, and Ema Robbie Dobson, Kanaya El Bat. Y'all bless up. Yeah, y'all powerful force. You did. My brother Cornell Davis in the building. I see you, bro. Bless up. Derek M 777 777. Salute to God. Bless up, King. What's the word? Rita. What's going on, Rita? Kendrick. Blessings. Blessings. You already know. Samaria Roel. Look, your name is just like, that's the Shebrew. That's the Shebrew. Your name is just like my youngest daughter. Minus the I in there. Bless up. Bless up. Bezel, my A-Town brethren in the building. Peace up, A-Town down, my beloved brother. Bless up. Yourself the Nazarene, my beloved brother. I've been meaning to get back at you. Y'all know it's been hectic in St. Louis. Y'all know it's been hectic. The dreadful Cosmon. That's one of the faithful brothers right there. Brother or sister. You dig? Dreadful Cosmon in the building. 100-round clips. That's probably a bro. Clip up. Fire Talk Radio. Salute to my brother. Don P. Yehuda in the building. Bless up, King. Miss Amazing Wonders. Shalom, shalom, my beloved sister. Bless up. Happy 100 big brain. Bless up. It's all praises. All praises. Shebrew Faith is, who is this right here? Beverly Creative Dad. Okay, shalom, shalom. Shalom. I see y'all in the building. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this. All right, with my brother at Yehuda. I dropped a link in the chat, King. Come on in. Anybody on Facebook want to jump in, jump in. It'll be interesting to hear y'all conversations or your perspectives on a few of these things. We about to go read about it. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Look, y'all ready? Now I know. You ain't tell me. Now I know. That's the God. Salute to the God. Y'all ready? Yeah, that's my brother, man. Bless up, dreadful Cosmon in the building. That's right. That's right. Bless up. So that's the link right there. I'm gonna shoot over here to Numbers 29. I've been rereading. I've been rereading through Leviticus, Numbers. Oh, man. But it'll be good to have a convo for anybody that want to come on, chop it up. As you see, we still going. As you see, we still going. All right. So let me pull this up real quick. Let's get into this Numbers. It's law. It's like if we saying, or if we claiming we holding people accountable, you feel me, as being sinners for not keeping feast days. Some people go that far. They be about ready to the feet, like, you know what I mean? The feast days, and you be like, look, you do know nobody in Israel even agree on the same date, let alone how to observe the feast days. Nobody agrees on it. I'm talking about at all. You see what I'm saying? So we all ain't even keeping it according to the law or the Torah anyway. I'm saying, like, we got to stop acting like that, as if we keeping it as the law says so and as the law specifies. So if you're not doing that, then you just doing your own thing. You may be having some type of memorial. Call it that. It's just a memorial. You dig? But to say it's based off the law, and if somebody is not doing it the way you claim they supposed to be, as the way you claim it's supposed to be getting done, and you hang the charge of them being a sinner because they not at the Sabbath or they not at the feast days, you dig? Then we got to go check the law concerning these things. And if we go check the law and we see, guess what, Jack? You ain't keeping it either. You understand? Like if it's not law, then whatever anybody is doing at the best is just a memorial, because nobody does it the same way or at the same time. You know what I mean? Nobody. You know what I mean? Nobody does it the same way. So whose standard are we following then? Nobody agrees on the new moon. Nobody agrees on what's supposed to be on the menu for these feasts. Nobody agrees on the day of the feast. You see? Everybody. You got brothers in America. You got brothers that live in Israel that don't agree. These niggas live in the land and don't agree with each other. It's rift in the land. You know, I got connections in the land, so I already know the arguments. I know what it is. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, how are we hanging the charge of somebody sinning because they missed the Sabbath day, or they don't observe the feast the way you think they supposed to observe the feast, or they observe the feast on a different day? How are we holding anybody as sinful in that when what we about to read is going to say, look, if you doing that, then this is the instruction with it. This is the instruction with it. Now watch this. Let's go ahead and share the screen real quick. Bless up. Let's work. Bless up. Let's work. All right. I don't see nobody in the back chat yet. So when I do, y'all already know I'm coming to you. All right. Let's share the screen. That deal is like that deal say present now. And it switched up the buttons on this deal. All right. All right. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work. Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Now watch this. We go to Leviticus 23 a lot, right? But we never deal with Numbers 29. Numbers 29, you got to deal with that. We talking about law, right? We talking about the ordering of the feast. And we go to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. We do that a lot. You know what I mean? Leviticus 23. Hardly does anybody bring up, you know what I mean, Numbers, the 29th chapter. These are the instructions on the offerings. You understand? Because, you know, each day there were specific offerings that had to go down. You see what I'm saying? Now, remember, Leviticus, Numbers, the Hebrew name for Numbers is Bamidbar. It actually means in the wilderness. In the wilderness. All right? Now, let's go over some of these. And also realize this too, before we hit Numbers 29. All right. Matter of fact, now let's go over some of this first. This will work. Number 29 and 1, offerings of the 7th month. Anybody's welcome to come into the chat. Just keep it respectful. Even I hate a jaw jacker and they say it. You're welcome. Come on in. Now let's chop it up about what we're looking at. All right. Let's work. Offerings of the 7th month. Number 29 and 1. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. All right. So it's a day of no servile work. Basically, when you start hearing servile work, that has to do with like Sabbath day type, even if it's not the weekly Sabbath. You understand that that day is a special day, so it should be viewed something like a Sabbath because no servile work is allowed. All right. Notice it says it's a holy convocation, a gathering, a rehearsal. All right, a holy convocation. That's what it's saying. A mikra.
Strong's H 4744. Mikra. Mikra.
Now look at this. Convocation, convoking, reading, or calling together. Convocation, sacred assembly. Convoking, reading, something called out, i.e. public meeting, the act of persons or place, also a rehearsal. You're rehearsing something when you get into this. Assembly, calling, reading. All right. Now watch this right here. Look at this right here. Watch this here. All right, back to number 29 and 1. So we got a rehearsal, we got a gathering, right? But it's the blowing of trumpet. You heard today in Hebrew, Yom Teruah, the day of blasting or the day of the trumpet. Look at this. On that day, and you shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. This is the offering or the burnt offering that smell good to the Lord. According to Numbers 29 and 2, that must go down on the first day of the 7th month, which is called Yom Teruah. All right, and we see the sacrifices that got to go down. All right, for the Lord. This supposedly pleases the Creator, the Lord, Yahuwah. Because when you look up the Lord, it's gonna say Yahuwah right there. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. So they got to be 1 year. These are young offerings. Huh? These animals can't be no more than 1 year old. And they had to be without blemish. And their meat or grain offering shall be a flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram. Look at this, verse 4. And 1/10 deal for 1 lamb throughout 7 lambs. All right, verse 5. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. So you're going to start seeing this kid goat in all the rituals. And the kid goat, the baby goat, huh? The 1-year-old lamb, all this has to do with making an atonement for you. But don't forget, this smells good to the Lord. A burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And then it goes into the blood offerings. It goes into the grain offerings too. You understand? But we focusing on the flesh because this is what I want to show y'all. All right. Now, let's drop that real quick. And remember, numbers means in the wilderness. It actually means that. All right, let's go over to Amos. Let's go over the book of Amos. Hold on for a second. Yeah, now look at this right here. Let's go to Amos. Remember, this is in the wilderness. You got Leviticus, you got Numbers, you got all that in the wilderness. All right? And it's certain things hanging over our heads that we still got to deal with, man. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, look, this one of them. Now look at this. We talk about the feast days, all right? And we used to be, when I first came into Israel and started teaching, we was told that the feast days that is hated right here, it has to do with the pagan feast days. You know what I mean? Like Christmas and Easter and all that. You dig? But as you keep reading, you start saying, like, hold on, this ain't got nothing to do with the Christian church. So the question is, like, why is that? Why would the Creator hate what He ordained? Now watch this. Why would He hate what He ordained? You know, the usual response is, oh, that's because we was tripping. We was doing wrong, so He started hating what He ordained. That's one argument. That's one argument. You dig? But look at this. Look at this right here. Amos 5:21. It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Right? But that's what that holy convocation is. It's a solemn gathering. But you got right here through Amos, the Creator saying, I hate and despise the feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me what? Burnt offerings. Though you offer me burnt offerings. We just was reading about a burnt offering. What? Though you offer me burnt offerings and your what? Meat offerings. I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fatted beasts. Wow. See, on the feast days, there are offerings that go forth. Well, we got Creator right here saying, what? I hate all that. I don't smell in your solemn assemblies, but what? Over in Numbers, it's a burnt offering and it's a sweet smelling savor. Is that harmony or is that contradiction? Be real with yourself. Is that harmony or contradiction? You dig? Like, I'm not against any type of memorial or all that, but how are we holding people to the fire as if they're sinful? They're sinning if they not keeping the feast days and condemning them when we got this hanging right here over our head. We got the Most High in the Bible saying, I hate and I despise your feast days. It ain't Malachi Maccabee making this up. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You can take me about it as far as I'm concerned. You got that hanging over your head right there. All while condemning somebody for not observing it the way you say it's supposed to be observed. I mean, y'all, it get crazy. The one elder was online, and we just got to raise the God up, you know what I mean? But the one elder was online saying, if you use electricity on the Sabbath, if you broadcast on the Sabbath, you're sinning willfully. Huh? Your Sabbath and atonement is a failure. This is the mindset. You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, what we got hanging over our head, it ain't like we making this stuff up. During the feast days, there are sacrifices and offerings that must go forth. And you got Creator saying right here, So you got conflict in the scriptures, regardless if I say it to you or not. Regardless, look at this. Look at this. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings, we read that in Numbers 29 and 2. And your meat offerings, those are the grain offerings, Numbers 29 and 2, 3 and 4. I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Huh? The peace offerings, you got to get into Leviticus, the 7th chapter, verse 11 through 18. Learn the Torah of the peace offerings. Because even if you chewing on what you call everyday meat, just because I'm hungry, that falls up under a peace offering. That even has to get handled a certain way. And if that's been dead longer than 2 days, it's an abomination. You feel me? But he's saying right here, I don't even accept none of that. I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. So what do the offerings, the burnt offerings, the peace offerings, and the meat offerings have to do with the feast days? Huh? Once we find that out, then we can be like, oh, okay. No, we ain't keeping the feast days according to the law. No, you not. No, you not. Since when? Since when? You know what I mean? How how do you, so we got to be real with ourselves, man, and stop playing around. You dig? Uh-oh, I got my cousin in the chat. Shout out to my cousin, the house of Ezekiel in the building. Cousin, that's an excellent question. She says, if one scripture says do it this way and one says don't, how do you discern which one is accurate? A real question for myself. That's excellent. Look, that's an excellent question. And all we be trying to do is have a conversation. You know what I mean? Now, look, when you get into the understanding, the first thing that must be understood is the character of the Most High. You feel me? Once you understand the character of the Creator, then when you read something like, hey, go over there and kill those children, thus saith the Lord. Sacrifice your child, thus saith the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Then you can automatically be like, no, that ain't of the Most High or the Creator, because guess what? I was commanded not to kill. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? Because you got the Lord ordering in certain parts of the scripture to go wipe out men, women, children, infants, sucklings. Those are the babies that's on the breast, and animals. You know what I mean? So you got the right to try the spirit by the spirit. You got a right to do that. You got a mandate in the scriptures actually to do that. So when you hear something, cuz like 42 children was joking around or playing around with the prophet Elisha, and they called him bald head. He was follically challenged like myself. You know what I mean? He turned around and cursed them in the name of his Lord, and 2 she-birds came out of the woods and ate them, devoured them. You see that? So in your spirit, does that feel right? No, that don't feel right. What you mean? Oh, so if the Creator appeared to you and said, prove your loyalty to me, cuz kill all 3 of them babies you got. Huh? To prove your devotion. What you gonna do? I already know what you're gonna do. You're gonna say hell to the no. I'm not killing nothing, especially the children you gave me, for they are your children. And I was commanded not to kill. I'm not gonna go kill nothing, because the Most High would never command you to kill, especially the children you have, to prove your devotion. No, that's a false God and deity. So, because once you understand the nature of the Creator, he's the all in all. He's ever present. He's all knowing. He always was, is, and ever shall be. He's unbegotten. Nobody sired him. He's all powerful, all knowing, sees all. You dig? Once you understand that, merciful, peaceful, loving. He ain't getting off when you dying because you pick some sticks up, and no, that ain't the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So once you know his character, whatever you read, and you read something that sound off, you got the right to try the spirit by the spirit. You dig? And you do that just really by being like, oh no, that's against, I was commanded not to kill. I'm not killing. You know what I mean? I was commanded not to gossip. I'm not going to gossip. You know what I mean? Or you read the other scriptures, we're going to how and when the earth is filled with the knowledge of the Most High, there will be no more bloodshed. You dig? But then you got other scriptures that say the sacrifices start back up, and the Lord gonna accept the chopped off goat head on the altar as a sweet smelling savor. Stop it! It ain't making sense. So we roll with the scriptures that agree with the nature of the Creator, and you learn that nature, cuzzo, by studying creation. And creation has everything to do with you, all the way up to the stars, the earth. You understand? The trees, the animals, all of creation, even yourself. You understand? That's how you understand the nature of the Creator. And when you hear certain things like chop off a goat head and put it on the altar, that don't even make sense. You know what I mean? So that's how you know, because once you learn the nature of the Creator, anything that violates that nature, you got a right to question it. All right? You got a right to question that. I hope that helped, cuz. Let me know. All right? That's my cuz right there. Much love. All right, now look at this right here. Amos 5:21. So we got him right here saying, I despise your feast days, and I would not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I would not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of your songs, for I will not hear the melody of your vows. Be all at the Passover rapping, singing. You understand? Doing all type of crazy stuff, man. Creator, like, look at it. But let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness? Have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? That's a question. Were the offerings and sacrifices in the wilderness for 40 years going to the Most High? That's an excellent question. Because guess where you get Numbers from? Guess where you get Leviticus from? You get all that in the wilderness. The name for Numbers in Hebrew is Bamidbar. It means in the wilderness. Look up the Hebrew name for the book of Numbers. Bamidbar. It means in the wilderness. And the question is, were those sacrifices to the Most High? Excellent question. Look at this. But you have borne. Born means carried. You see born with an E at the end of it, it means carried. But you have carried the tabernacle of your Moloch. Look at that. And Chium, your images, the store of your God, which you made to yourselves. This right here is saying the 40 years in the wilderness, the offerings and sacrifices in the wilderness, that was to the gods of Canaan. It wasn't to the Most High. That's what that says. Now we can always have a dialogue about if we agree with if that's really what it means, but we all got to keep it real with ourselves and agree that's what it says. We can always talk about it. It may mean something different. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. You know what I mean? It may mean something different, but you got to dig and find it. All right. But that right there says, but you have carried or borne the tabernacle of your Molech and Chiun, your images, the store of your God, which you made to yourselves. Right now, look at this. Remember, it's a question he asked. What are offerings in the wilderness for the entire 40 years? O house of Israel, was that to the Most High? Right? Verse 26 give you your answer. Right now, look, we go in here and look and compare it. Let's compare it. Let's compare it. We'll compare it to another translation. Look at this. That's how you know right there that was a question. Look what that says. That says no. Have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? No. You served your pagan gods, Sakuth, your king god, and Kaiwan, your store god, the images you made for yourselves. You see that? What we got and what we was doing in the wilderness, y'all, it didn't say a little sprinkle there. We fell off for 2 weeks and got ourselves together. It didn't say that. Guess what it said? It said 40 years. Look at it again. Now, if you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel. What are offerings in the wilderness to the Creator? We already got up here saying the feast days are hated and the offerings on them. That's what it says. Now, again, we can talk about maybe it means something different, but we can all agree because we can read. That's what it says. I despise your feast days. And I would not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fatted beasts. You're not even accepting the offerings that we reading about in Numbers. All right. Hey, so if y'all get some understanding so far, give me a 9 up in the chat. Y'all know I ain't trying to lose nobody, but let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Because we got here. What about the feast days? These are the questions that come up. You dig? We've been telling everybody, like, look, the Most High ain't with all that slaughtering. But what about the feast days? And that's an excellent question, no doubt. But we got, let's stop acting like we don't have the Most High saying through Amos, he hate them deals and he despise them. That's what we have, right? We got Amos saying that. If you jump over to Amos' son, Isaiah, he says the same thing. All right, so where we go from there? Go to Isaiah, the 1st chapter. Let's show it. And then let's get on back to Numbers 29. You got to ask yourself, are we really keeping the feast lawfully? Nah, man. Nah. Based off what I'm looking at, nah. That ain't happening. Based off what I'm looking at, nah. All right. Isaiah 1 and 11. All right. I'm starting 10. Let's start at 10. Yeah. All right. We're getting some understanding. All praises. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up. All right. Now look at Isaiah 1. Yeah, we ain't with all the bloodshed. Dude, keep all that blood. We cool. We cool over here. Isaiah 1 and 10. Hear the word of the Lord. Now, you know the capital Lord is Yahweh. So we got the Lord capital over Numbers, talking about what he's commanding. That's for the sacrifices and the blood offerings, right? Now we got the Lord over here in Isaiah. Yahuwah. Yahuwah in Numbers and Yahuwah in Isaiah. Yahuwah in Amos. Yahweh, whatever. I ain't even with the pronunciation. Well, however, follow me though for a second. You got the Most High, or we call Yahweh, in Amos saying he hate the feast days. He despise them. He don't like the solemn assembly. He won't smell in your assemblies. He don't want the offerings, the dig, and the offerings that you was doing not only on the feast days, but for the 40 years in the wilderness wasn't even to him. Now we got Amos' son, Isaiah. Let's see if the message he got from the Lord or Yahweh matches with the message that we hear from the Lord in Numbers 29. And if it don't match up, you at a crossroads in your life. You got to, which way you going? Because both of those views are diametrically opposed. One saying it's a sweet smelling savor. It smells good. The other one saying, I don't desire none of that. I actually hate it and despise it. Look at this. Isaiah 1 and 10. Hear the word of Yahuwah, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear to the law of our God, ye people of Gomorrah. Look at this. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? Saith Yahweh, Yahuwah. I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts. And I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of goats. If he don't got no delight in it, how does it smell good to him? He's saying he don't even want the offerings. He even asks, what is the reason you're doing them? What is the purpose of the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? What is your reasoning behind this? Sound like the Yahuwah that Isaiah was talking about and the Yahuwah that Amos was talking about is different than the Yahuwah in Numbers the 29th chapter. You see, how do we know? Because the two characters are diametrically opposed. That's why I told my cousin, you got to learn the character of the creator first. Once you learn his character, then you can say, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Look at this. So you got creator right here saying, he asking why you doing it. And he don't want it. He don't even desire it. The fat, the blood, the burnt offerings, none of it. You dig? Look at this, verse 12. When you come to appear before me, look at this. Who have required this at your hand to tread my courts? He's talking directly to the priests. What would they have in their hands in the courtyard? What would they have in their hands? Dead flesh and blood. Talking directly to the priest. When you come to appear before me, who have required this? A requirement, y'all, is a commandment. It's required of you. Numbers 29, the laws of sacrificing, the laws concerning what sacrifices go down on the feast days. You feel me? All that is a requirement or a commandment according to Numbers. But right here in Isaiah, who have required this at your hand? This is the Most High speaking through Isaiah, asking the priest, who commanded you to do this? Look at this, verse 13. Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity. He calling it all iniquity. Even the solemn meeting. You got blood on your hands. Got blood on your hands. Look at this. Your new moons and your what? Appointed feasts. My what? Soul hateth. Y'all, they ain't talking about no Christianity. They ain't talking about Christianity. They don't follow the new moon in Christianity. They ain't dealing with the feast days or the appointed feasts. The Mikra, the calling of assembly. They're not dealing with that. So we got two witnesses. We got Amos and we got his son Isaiah. YAHWH speaking to both of them saying, I hate all that. Now, we will respond usually and say what? Now, that's because how we was acting. You know what I mean? That's because that's how we was acting. You see what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't what it is. Because even if you did something according to Leviticus, you did like say a sinful thing, then there are offerings you can bring to get yourself clean according to the biblical narrative. So it wouldn't even matter if we act the way we act. We always have offerings to come get ourselves right. But again, if it's ordained by YAHWH, why is he on record saying he hated? That's the question. Why? It's appointed. And he's calling it your stuff. You doing it. You did? Look at this. He's saying he hated. So regardless if we like, oh, that's other information you reading. You know what I mean? What does it say about the feast days? See, stay away from it. Because I mean, it don't say nothing about the Passover. It don't say nothing about the tabernacle. But the Bible in certain places talk about the feast days as if they were never ordained, and they are hateful and they are iniquity to the Most High in the Bible. You still got that hanging over your head in the Bible. So how do we judge others for not keeping the feast? That's the question. When what we reading, y'all, nobody is. And we reading that the Most High never wanted it. And we reading that what you was doing went to the gods of Canaan, balling them. Molech, Chion, all makeshift different names for the same deity. Baal, Zeus, Baal. This nigga Baal, man. B-A-A-L. And not quite ironic. In certain places, when you click on Lord, it's Baal. Baal. Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are trouble unto me, and I am weary to bear them. And when you spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when you make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Whose blood? Whose blood? Isaiah 1:11. To what is the purpose of your sacrifices unto me, saith YAHWH? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he-goats. Jump back down to verse 15. And when you spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. When ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Blood. The blood of lambs, bullocks, and goats, and many other offerings. Let's just drop that. Let's just go back to Numbers 29. We still in the Bible. That's what I'm saying. We ain't got to look, man. Look, I swim over there too. I swim over there too. That's good. We got more than one fighting style, but a lot of stuff hanging over your head, right? Yeah, I personally look at the Bible from a metaphysical. You know, what can I apply? Principles I can apply to enrich me spiritually. But if what I'm reading is dead information, I don't deal with it. I just Numbers 29, it's dead information. You know what I mean? So I believe the Bible is not to be, or I'm looking at it now like it's to be viewed metaphysically. You know what I mean? Not too literal, because that's when you go off and all that cult stuff start happening. That's when you go off and niggas start killing their own children. stepchildren and wives, and because she didn't shut up and eat the cake. And look, Negro, we ain't dealing with none of that. Keep all that bloodthirsty, murderous babbage right on over there. Smell your own breath in that corner over there. We ain't dealing with none of that. None of that. No injuring women, children, none of that. None of that. No starving them, none of that. All right, now look at this. It says, and in the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, you shall have an holy convocation. You should do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. And you should offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord. But we just read that he don't delight in that. Do y'all see how YAHWH in Isaiah and YAHWH in Amos is of a different character than that YAHWH in Numbers, the 29th chapter? If you see that, give me an 8 up in the chat. The character is different. And this is what I was trying to tell my cuz. You know what I mean? Once you understand the character of the creator, that he ain't with the bloodshed, the blood, the torturing of his creatures, whether it be man or animals. Once you know that and then read this, then you understand, you can be like, oh, hold on, something off with that. Right? You shouldn't be forced to try to make that say the same thing. And we used to do that a lot. We try to make it say the same thing. Nah, that don't say the same thing. That's a total different character. We just read that I hate your feast days. I despise them. I won't smell your solemn assemblies, even though you bring me the offerings on that, even though you think you serving me with that. And the offerings in the wilderness for 40 years to the gods of Canaan. Because that's whose tabernacle you was carrying around. Then we go over to Isaiah. He's saying the same thing. Who required this at your hand? What is the reason you even doing this? I delight not in the blood of bullocks and goats, but look at this. And ye shall offer a burnt offering for a what? A sweet savor. What is a savor? That's savor, y'all, like flavor. You know what I mean? Smell.
Strong's H 7381. Reach.
Okay. Savor or what? Smell. Scent, fragrance, aroma, odor, scent, odor of soothing, technical term for sacrifice to God. So this so dead flesh and blood smell good to the Lord of Numbers, the 29th chapter. Y'all see? All right, I see 8. See, that's not the same character. And look, until you can be real with yourself, you'll never be about any type of truth. You can't even call that for what it is. Like, yeah, that's saying something different. And stop trying to force me to see it a different way. Like, this is my experience. That's all it is. That's how I see it. And true about this, it actually says it. Look at this, verse 3. And their meat offering shall be a flour. Look, I'm just going to deal with the flesh. All right. But he even said the meat offerings over in Amos. All right, jump down to 5. Look at this. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. Y'all, these are young animals. These are baby animals. A kid goat is a baby goat. Look at this. The lamb's got to be what? Of the first year. The bullock is even young. These are babies. These are babies. Babies. Look at this. Beside verse 6, beside the burnt offering of the month and his meat offering and the daily burnt offerings and his meat offerings and their drink offerings, according unto their manner for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto YAHWH. So you see this? You dig? He's saying all that smell good to him. The burnt flesh, the blood, the young animals. I'm sure about this, y'all. These are daily burnt offerings going on. You know how many animals have been murdered? And that's just in Jerusalem. That ain't even counting the United States and the rest of the world. You dig? I'll pull up the animal kill clock later. So for the first day of the 7th month with his Yom Teruah, y'all, these are the offerings that have to go down. So if you keeping the feast day according to the law, guess what? This is the offering. This is the offering. And if you're not if you're not doing that, then what you're doing is not according to the law. It's just you having a memorial. Just call it that. But you know what I mean? Nobody can be condemned or charged as being sinful or being cut off or being assigned for your nuts roasting forever because you don't observe the feast days the way the next people do. Or you may be like, look, I read where it says he hate them, so I'm falling back off of them. I understand that. I understand that. It ain't like you ain't reading it, it say it. And you want to play it safe and be like, hey, look, man, Mosiah said he hate all that. I read it twice, so I'm cool. How are you calling that person sinful if you got that hanging over your head in the Bible that the Most High himself say he hated and he despised? You see that? Look at this. So this is a daily thing that's going on, y'all. Daily. This right here is the flesh offering for Yom Teruah. All right. It is 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish, verse 5. And there's also 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. This is in the 7th month. Look at that. And that goes down regardless of every other offering you got going on every day, several times a day. Now look at this. Now we're going to deal with the Day of Atonement, because a lot of our brothers are in atonement. This is an atonement right now. Look at this. And ye shall have on the 10th day of this 7th month an holy convocation, and ye shall afflict your souls. You shall not do any work therein. Look at this. On the Day of Atonement, you're supposed to afflict your souls. Most of us look at it as fasting, dry fasting. But to be honest with you, the law is not specific on exactly what afflicting your souls is. You can go over to the book of Jonah and find an example of how they fasted everybody from people on down to the animals. You know what I mean? But in the law specifically, there are no instructions about afflicting your soul. You may have to go and you may have to get to some oral tradition to find out more on what really went down on what's called Yom Kippur or the Day of Atonement, right? But it does say afflict your souls. It doesn't tell you how. All right? Look at it. But you shall offer, and remind you, all this is in the wilderness. And we just read in the wilderness that wasn't going to him. Look at this. But you shall offer a burnt offering unto Yahuwah, the Lord, for a sweet savor. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. So on the Day of Atonement, flesh is still getting fried. And all this is supposed to smell sweet, be a sweet smell for Yahuwah over here in Numbers 29. But that's diametrically opposed to Yahuwah in Isaiah 1, 10 through 19, and Isaiah 5, 21 through 26. Because he's saying something totally opposite. That he don't delight in it. He don't desire it. You did? Who even told you to come before me with this? I ain't even heard none of that. Your hands are full of blood. Blood. Remember that. Your hands are full of blood. I'm not hearing that. Now look at this. All right. I'm dealing with the flesh ones on this. Look at this. Verse 29 and 11. Look at this kid goat again. On the Day of Atonement. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering of it, and their drink offerings. On the Day of Atonement, these are the sacrifices that have to go down. If this ain't being kept, you're not keeping it according to the law. You're not keeping it according to the law. Y'all see that? Without blemish. All these sacrifices are supposed to be going on. All right. Look at this right here. Day, Feast of Tabernacles. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. And ye shall keep a feast unto Yahuwah 7 days. All right. Ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, a sweet savor unto the Lord. 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year. They shall be without blemish. So on day one, that's the offering. That's the offering, the flesh offering, that is. All right. They got grain offering too and drink offerings. I'm just dealing with the flesh parts. And 1 kid of the goats for a what? Sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, his drink offering. Look at this. And on the 2nd day, you shall offer 12 young bullocks. Notice the number of bullocks is going down. It was 13 at first, young bullocks. Now it's 12. Day 2. 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without spot. We need to add up all this. We need to add up all the sacrifices for the Feast of Tabernacles and see how many animals were slain in total. Each, you know what I mean, total for all the entire feast. So we got 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without spot. Verse 19, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering. What is up with this baby goat? What's the deal with the goat? You got over in Leviticus 1, a goat head being chopped off and thrown on the altar and offered to the God, to the Lord. What's the deal with this goat for a sin offering? And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering and the meat offering thereof, and their drink offerings. On the 3rd day, 11 bullocks. See, the number of bullocks are dropping. 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. All right. Verse 22, and 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offerings and his drink offering. On the 4th day, 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. All right. I'm going to jump on down. 25, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offerings, his meat offering, and drink offering. On the 5th day, 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year. There's a lot of blood, man. This is carnage. This is a lot of bloodshed. Huh? And you're offering it because it smells good to the Lord. What is this? What is even the spiritual significance? Like, is this progressing you spiritually? Or are you just learning how to kill and shed blood? Because it smells good to the Lord in Numbers 29. But the Lord over in Isaiah say he don't like that. You see that? Look at this. And on the 5th day, 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without spot. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offering and his drink offering. On the 6th day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, meat offering, drink offering. And on the 7th day, 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs. Look at all this. And these are young animals. The most they can be is 1 year old. Look at this. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering. Look at this. And on the 8th day, you shall have a solemn assembly. But he just said he will not smell in them solemn assemblies, that they are iniquity. You shall do no servile work therein, but you shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. Y'all, these are the offerings. These are the offerings, right? And also, again, on the last day of the feast, and 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offering and his drink offering. See that? So these are the laws right here concerning the offerings that must go down, and we talking about the feast. All right, especially the 7th month feast is what we talking about right now. So we all can get up off our high horse and stop acting like we are keeping the feast according to the law. You're not. You're not. So there's no reason to condemn anybody over it. You dig? You're not keeping it. That's the law on it. How are you keeping it according to the law? And that's the law on it. Right there. All right. Now, let's go show you what needs to happen dealing with the Day of Atonement. Also, laws of religious festivals. All right. Not that one right there. All right. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, that's back in numbers. Hold on. Let me see if that was in. Maybe I missed that one. But I had it. I'm talking about when they got to sprinkle that. When they got to sprinkle that blood. All right, on the actual altar. It may be Deuteronomy 16. Let's go over that real quick. All right, Deuteronomy 16. I don't think that's it. All right, let me show y'all something. I'm gonna go back to numbers. Maybe I missed it. No, that ain't it. Yeah. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I think that's in. That may be Deuteronomy, or maybe Numbers. The other number, Numbers 10. Let me see. It's one in here that go right into how you got to sprinkle the actual blood on the mercy seat. Put that blood mercy. That's Leviticus 16. That's what I'm saying. I know I'm tripping. It just hit me, y'all. Please forgive your brother. Bless up. That's Leviticus. I knew I wasn't tripping. What's going on here? Law of Atonement. Look at this. You ain't keeping it according to the Torah or the law. You know what I mean? All right, right here, Law of Atonement. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. The Lord said unto Moses, speaking to Aaron, Aaron, thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place, within the veil, before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not. For I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Day of Atonement, the high priest used to have to go before the Ark of the Covenant. Remember that. The lid on the Ark of the Covenant is called the mercy seat. It's called the throne, basically, the throne of God. All right. And the mercy seat has four corners. Right. It's a square box, basically. You know what I mean? It has four corners. The lid of it is called the atonement lid. All right. Now look at it. And that's where the Lord is supposed to appear to Aaron. All right. Once a year during the Day of Atonement. Look at this. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering. These is young animals. These is young animals. A young bullock for a sin offering and a ram for a burnt offering. Look at this. Look at this. All right, y'all. Look, if that's not being done, so it's not being kept lawfully. That's the point. He should put on the holy linen coat. I'm gonna jump down to the actual offering. That's his garments. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. This is on the Day of Atonement. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take the 2 goats and present them before Yahuwah at the door of the tabernacle or the congregation. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, 1 lot for the Yahuwah and the other lot for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before Yahuwah to make an atonement with him, to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. Now look what got to be done. This is the ritual that has to take place, the blood ritual that has to take place during atonement. And Aaron shall bring the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. And he shall take, this is the ritual, you got to kill it. He shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar of burnt offering, before Yahuwah, and his hands full of sweet incense, beaten small, and bring it within the veil. Now he's inside the holy place. He's at the altar of not burnt offering, but the altar of incense, right? And now he's within the veil, the curtain that divides the sanctuary from where the Ark of the Covenant is in. All right, look at this. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before the Lord. Now, we just read what incense was an abomination to him, but let's keep reading. That the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he died not. You got to threaten Aaron, huh? Look at what Aaron got to do, though. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward. Before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his finger 7 times. Do y'all hear this? This is the blood ritual that must happen on the Day of Atonement. And look what has to be there. The Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant is essential. If you keeping a Yom Kippur based off the Torah, the Ark of the Covenant got to be there. Because there's a whole blood ritual that has to take place with the ark. The ark has to receive the unblemished blood of a bullock, and it got to be sprinkled 7 times. The mercy seat eastward with his finger, and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward. And before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle the blood with his finger 7 times. So he sprinkled it on one of the corners, and he sprinkled it right in front of the mercy seat. And it's 7 times. So it's numerology involved as well with this blood ritual. Numerology is involved. Look at this. So if you understand, in order to keep the Day of Atonement lawful, one of the key opponents that has to be present is the Ark of the Covenant. Because blood has to go on the Ark of the Covenant. If you understand that, give me a 7 up in the chat. Bless up. Bless up. How you keeping the Day of Atonement or Yom Kippur lawful and you ain't got the Ark of the Covenant? Where is the Ark of the Covenant? Where did it go? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, Houston, we got a problem, Jack. Houston, we got a problem, Jack. There's a blood ritual that has to happen with the Ark of the Covenant on the Day of Atonement. You ain't got that. And by the time the Messiah was on the scene, the Ark of the Covenant had already been taken. So that means during his day, they wasn't even keeping it according to the Torah. How you do the blood ritual when you got to have the Ark of the Covenant to do it? And by the time Messiah came on the scene, the Ark of the Covenant had vanished 500 years earlier. How are you holding somebody? Look, how are you condemning somebody for not fasting on the Day of Atonement and you ain't keeping it lawfully? Because the Ark of the Covenant is not there. Brother, did you eat on the Day of Atonement? I mean, I know cats that was ready to condemn themselves for throwing a few grapes down their throat or swallowing their own saliva, their own spit, about ready to get destroyed out here. Like, look, stop that. The Creator ain't getting off on you, scared of him. Stop that, man. How are you talking crazy about somebody not fasting on the day you claim is the Day of Atonement? And you ain't keeping the law of atonement. How do I know? What is this called right here? Huh? Leviticus 16 is the law of atonement. You ain't keeping this. You about ready to condemn somebody because they ain't fast the way you claim they supposed to fast. People ready to jump out of buildings. I swallow my spit, YAH'KI. Most High gonna destroy me, YAH'KI. There's a law of atonement. Man, according to the law, we're supposed to keep the feast. There's a law of atonement. There are sacrifices that must go down. Oh, bro, we ain't sacrificing no more. Well, you ain't keeping it according to the law then. Just say you keep it, you having a memorial. Y'all getting together. Just say you doing your own thing. That's it. We thanking the Most High. We doing our own thing. Nothing wrong with that. You dig? But when we start condemning others for not keeping the feast days or the Sabbath, how we see it, or when we see it, then we fall into religion. Stop that. To yourself and for yourself. You know when you going off, the Creator will come holler at you on it. Convict you right here. All right, come on, y'all. Nobody is keeping this according to the law. How do we know? Because the Ark of the Covenant is essential in order to keep the Day of Atonement lawful. There's a blood ritual that must go down for the atonement. All right. Now, my brothers, you say, well, all the sacrifices point to Yahshua. It did, you know what I mean? But okay, because that's out there. That's out there. But then you got to critically examine the sacrifices. And when you critically examine the sacrifices, there may be some holes in that statement. You know what I mean? Here you go, baby. Here you go. Go handle your business, okay? I'm almost done. Okay. Go handle your business. Keep them quiet for me. Okay. All right. So if you look at this right here, this is the ritual that must take place, and the Ark of the Covenant has to be present. All right. Verse 14. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward, and before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his finger 7 times. There's numerology involved in this. Then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat and before the mercy seat. You dig? So there is an argument out there that these sacrifices point to the Messiah's sacrifice. But then when somebody line you up, they'd be like, well, he wasn't a year old. His blood wasn't sprinkled on the Ark of the Covenant. It wasn't no burnt. He wasn't no burnt offering, because that's holy burnt with fire upon the altar of burnt offering. See what I'm saying? There's female offerings in here too. That don't apply to him. He wasn't no female. See what I'm saying? So when you really get down into the whole elaborate construct of the sacrificial system, if you're gonna hold the position that all the sacrifices point to what Yahshua did, be prepared to answer the ones that don't. You have a hard time trying to prove that. There's a lot of things that have to take place that have to fall in line exactly. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, some people believe that. That's cool. Like, I'm not here to pump you off your belief or nothing. I'm just saying, be prepared to go to the extra mile with somebody who challenge you on that. And you go to Hebrews, the 9th chapter, and talk about how the sacrifices point to Messiah. It say that in the Bible. We can't front with that. But when you go back and examine the sacrifices, you dig, and there are different categories and all that. You find out there's a gang of them that don't. You dig? Then you're going to have to reevaluate your answer. That's all I'm saying. All right, but there's a blood ritual that must take place with the Ark of the Covenant during the Day of Atonement. Negroes ready to kill themselves because they swallowed their spit on the Day of Atonement. They may have messed around and ate a watermelon or ate some grapes because they talk about how you're going to be cut off. And you got to ask yourself this: why do the Creator need to threaten you into obeying Him? Why? Why? You know what I mean? Look at this. Leviticus 16 and 15. Then I read it already. Verse 16. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place. Wow. Because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel. So the holy place would be the actual sanctuary. The sanctuary and the Holy of Holies, where the Ark of the Covenant is at. What do you got to make an atonement for that place for? For the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions and all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle or the congregation that remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. Y'all, it's a whole blood ritual that got to go down for atonement. Now, look, being that the Ark of the Covenant has to be present, we understand that, right? We understand that the Ark of the Covenant has to be present in order for the atonement to be kept according to the law. There's a blood ritual. You know what I mean? That's a blood ritual that has to take place. All right, now let's jump over here. Let's show that. Let's show what happened to the Ark of the Covenant. And that means in the Messiah day that they didn't even have the Ark of the Covenant then. That means it wasn't getting done according to what we just read. You see, you got to be careful. You condemning folk for the things you ain't doing yourself. Nobody, these niggas is not keeping the Torah 100% correctly. Who you talking about? Who you talking about? These men can't agree on what day the Sabbath day is. These men can't agree on what day is a new moon, what a new moon is. Is it the dark moon, the conjunction moon, or the first sign of light? That niggas don't know. You know what I mean? All right, let me share this with y'all. Real spill. Let's work. I'm gonna share my screen. And watch this. Let's watch this. All praises to the Most High. Shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Nazarene edition part 100, y'all. All praises. 100 round clip. 100 round clip. 400 hours of teaching. The Nazarene has seen higher Torah, higher light. All praise to the Most High. All praise to Torah. Yeah. Look at this. This is 2nd Maccabees, chapter 2, out the Apocrypha, verse 1. This is what happened to the Ark of the Covenant. It is also found in the records that Jeremiah the prophet commanded them that were carried away to take of the fire as it had been signified. And how that prophet, having given them the Torah, charged them not to forget the commandments of the Most High, and that they should not err in their minds when they see the images of silver and gold with their ornaments. And with other such speeches exhorted he them that the law of the Torah should not depart from their hearts. It was also contained in the same writing that the prophet Jeremiah, being warned of God, commanded the tabernacle and the ark to go with him as he went forth into the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of God. Before Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian king, sacked Jerusalem, Jeremiah, the Levitical prophet, him and his band grabbed the Ark of the Covenant and went and took it and hid it in the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of God. And when Jeremiah came thither, he found an hollow cave wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark and the altar of incense. And so he stopped the door. I mean, he hid it. He locked it up. And some of those that followed him came to mark the way, but they could not find it. Which when Jeremiah perceived, he blamed them, saying, as for that place, it shall be unknown. You want to know what the Ark of the Covenant is? Don't nobody know where it's at. They say it's in Axum, Ethiopia. They say it's buried under the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Don't nobody know where it's at according to this. As for that place, it shall be unknown until the time that God gathers his people again together and receives them unto mercy. Do y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? Jeremiah took the Ark of the Covenant 500 years, 600 years before the Messiah was even born. And the Ark of the Covenant is essential for the Day of Atonement blood ritual. So atonement can be made for the nation and for, Aaron and all that. It's essential. Without that, there is no atonement. So how are we condemning folks for not keeping atonement when we kept it? And they may have eaten. They may have drunk some water. I'm here to tell you, ain't Nam Negro in Israel kept Nam Holy Day lawful. No, you haven't. That the best you're doing is a memorial. You rehearsing the righteous acts. That means, but you're doing your own thing, though. Because whose order is it based off of? If it was based off the Creator's order, we would see the exact same thing going down, right? Because that's him telling you that it smelled good to him. Don't nobody know what the Ark of the Covenant, no Ark of the Covenant, no Day of Atonement, Jack. What are we talking about? That had to happen for the atonement to go forth. Huh? As for that place, what place where he hid the Ark of the Covenant and the tabernacle? It shall be unknown till the time that God gathers people again together and receive them under mercy. So we can stop playing games right now. We can stop playing games like we keeping feast days lawfully. We can stop that. You can look, you can stop with the games. I keep going off. You're gonna be cut off. You can stop all that. All that. Ain't none of us that kept no feast day lawful. Nobody. Nobody. You dig? And we got hanging over our head. He's saying he hate them actually. He despised them. You dig? So we got to get ourselves together. Let's go back to this number 29. That one. No, I did it already. Bang. Second Maccabee. So we see that it was gone 600 years before Messiah. We see this. Right? So that means, guess what? The Day of Atonement, even in his day, was not kept according to what we read in Leviticus, the 16th chapter. It was not kept according to the law. Ark of the Covenant has to be present. When the Ark of the Covenant been hid, and it's supposed to stay hid until the Creator decide to handle his business. According to what we read in 2 Maccabees, the 2nd chapter. That means we can throw that Axum Ethiopian madness out the window. The Ark of the Covenant is being guarded in a hut by some Ethiopian cat who sat outside the door for 40 years. Nah. If they really wanted that Ark, they go in there and take that from him. Don't nobody know where it's at. And if you don't know where it's at, that means the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, has not even been observed lawfully. Huh? Since the days of Jeremiah. Oh, somebody mad, but you'll be all right. Right? It's not being observed lawfully. Okay? Now, we can pull up some more things. Let me drop this and let I see my bro Prince up in the building in the back chat. I'm going to drop this link in. If any of y'all want to come in, I got some more things I'm going to pull up too. All right? Give some more understanding coming out the Nazarene, the same literature. But right in the Bible, we got you right there. Even if you go somewhere else that says something different, you're still proving our point. You're reading something that's diametrically opposed to what we read in the same book. That means that's conflicting information. And it also means it's impossible that you believe everything in it. How you believe everything in it when it's diametrically opposed or conflicting information in it? One is saying that the Yahweh ain't down with the sacrifices. It stank to him. It's all an abomination. And I even hate it. Then you got Yahuwah over in Numbers saying, it smell good to me. Cut the head off that goat. Sprinkle that blood on that altar as a sweet smelling savor, flavor, and good aroma to your Lord. Two different characters, thus two different creators, or two different Yahwehs, two different Yahuwahs. Why? How can we say this? Because the character is different. One don't sanction warfare and bloodshed and chopping off animal heads, and you understand? And one does. One does. You see, so anybody claim they believe in the entire Bible, impossible, because I can show you information in there that's directly conflicting against other information in there. You know what I mean? So how you supposed to deal with the Bible is if the principle that you're dealing with, the teaching that you're dealing with is right and exact. You understand? How you supposed to deal with the Bible is take what you need out of it. You feel me? You can find the character of the creator. You just got to know what you're looking for. All right? Love your neighbors, you love yourself. Yeah, that's higher light right there. That's higher Torah. Turn the other cheek. That's higher Torah. That's higher light. You understand? Just giving y'all an example of what it is. You feel me? Creator, above all, love your neighbors, you love yourself. That's the moral of the whole thing. Righteous works done unto others. All that's higher light. You know what I mean? Feed the hungry. You understand? Give drink to him that is thirsty. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand or the mouth of the wicked. You know what I mean? Straight up. So all that's right and exact. Learn to do well. Do righteousness. Love on one another. Be sincere. All that's right and exact. You dig? But then you got other things that goes against that. So you got to try the spirit. You got to question it. Because everything ain't what it is. You dig? Let me go ahead and bring our beloved brother in real quick. My beloved brother, peace to the God. What's the word I gave?
Shalom, family, shalom, man. Great job, brother. Every single lesson you do, bro, you bring out the light, a creator, and you make it plain. You know what I'm saying? All of that information from Isaiah and Amos, I just wanted to say, I was looking at that myself with my brothers a couple of days ago.
Hold on, Aki. I'm having a hard time hearing you. Let me plug in real quick so I can hear what you're saying, my beloved brother. You already know. And look, we just trying to have a dialogue about it. I ain't gonna bite your head off. Anybody that don't agree. But I mean, I would love to hear your perspective, even if you a hater. Even if you're against what we talking about. I would love to hear your perspective. Or any brother and sister that just want to come on, shout out. You dig?
Can you hear me? Let me make sure y'all can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you fine, loud and clear now, brother.
All right, good. All right. Yeah, man. I don't disagree with you at all. I feel like I'm a little hot.
No, you good. You sound good to us or to me.
Yeah, man. Shalom, peace, and blessings to all the Faith's family in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Creator Gang in the building. Everybody, it's all love. I agree 100% with what you're bringing out as far as the diametrically opposed positions of the character of in the Numbers account of the Lord, and then from the prophet Amos and his son Isaiah's account. It's two different characters. And nobody can deny that if you being an objective reader and actually looking at it. See what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's plain. I don't think that and like you said earlier, you said something earlier. You had mentioned that if you read in the Bible and the information is outdated, or you know what I'm saying, it's not functional for your progress spiritually, then you can let that go. But if it is, you can apply it. Because I come from a family that they all super Christian. They still into that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So trying to bring them information concerning the contradictions, if you will, in the Bible, it'd be hard. You know what I'm saying? This be many knockdown, drag out arguments. You see, but I'm not even dealing in that space no more, because I can pull out, like you said, the character of creator in the script, like love your neighbor as yourself, the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. All of these different aspects of our creator are still evident in the King James Version, but you also got to see the insertions and the, the false deities information put in there too, which is the sacrificing of animals and the bloodshed. Like, what are we doing? What are we looking at here? We are literally looking at, like you said, little baby goats. What is it with the sacrificing the baby goats? What is that? That just seems, when you really start resonating that in your mind, you can feel like you can come to the conclusion, like, man, that's not of the creator who's trying to produce in us everlasting life. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm a little excited right now. I just drank some coffee, y'all. So
no, it's all good.
Be patient.
It's all good, bro. So it's all about like that's what I've been on lately, just dialogue. We had a dialogue, you know what I mean? And look, we as brothers, sisters, family, we should be able to talk about whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We should be able to talk about whatever and be like, bro, what you see with that? You know what I mean? I'm looking at that You dig? And it's wild because our character in Israel be like, man, condemn whoever don't look at it. I know cats, like, you know, I've been around for a little minute. I know some cats that are straight, like, cut you completely off if you don't view the moon how they view the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you don't pronounce the creator's name, how you pronounce how they pronounce it.
Right.
It's
All that
like
division.
cut you completely off.
Yeah, that division it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary because one thing that we all have in common is, like my brother YAH'KI be saying, we all get sick. You know what I'm saying? We have all felt the energy of low vibrational frequencies, and we all trying to escape that. So let's deal with it on that note. Like, if we look at sacrificing and eating animals and we see the diseases that it's causing all of our people, you see what I'm saying? The diabetes, the sickle cell anemia, the hypertension, the high blood pressure, the cancers, the breast cancers, all of these parasites, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I know you said you was going to go to the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles too, where it talks about when Yeshua was actually talking about what demons actually are manifested in the body as parasites and stuff like that, coming from the dead flesh that is being offered on these altars of sacrifice. So when you look at it in that perspective, you're like, okay, if it's actually killing me, if it's actually hurting my body, it can't be from the creator. You see what I'm saying? So I was just in the situation talking to one of my homegirls because she was asking me about, and she asked a good question too, and I was going to ask it to you too, Mally. She had asked, how does that connect to the sacrifice of Yeshua? And I don't know if you can answer that or not. I mean, I'm sure you can. But she was saying if the sacrificial system, which I told her from Hebrews, from the book of Hebrews perspective, because we're not even dealing with sacrificial law if quote unquote Yeshua was the last and final quote unquote sacrifice. That's what I had led her to. You know, I could have been wrong, but how would you answer that? How does the sacrificial law of Leviticus and the connection with Yeshua, how does this information mess with that?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I'm about to pull this up right here. It did. And then look, we also been going and showing how there is, even according to what you call the Torah, there is atonement without bloodshed. There is forgiveness without bloodshed. You even got the Messiah forgiving people, and he ain't even died in certain parts of the what we call the Gospels and all that.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So what's said in Hebrews 9:22 is, without the shedding of blood, there is no remission. That is not all the way right and exact. You know what I mean? Because there are several instances in the Torah where atonement and forgiveness is going down with flour, money, jewelry, you know what I mean, prayer, and many other things. You did right in the Bible. So what I would do is,
and good works.
Yeah, that's right. And charity, good works. So I always show people that first. You know what I mean? I show, well, look, there is forgiveness and atonement without something dying. You do realize that, right?
That's,
you know what I mean? Something or someone dying, because that's what it is. We was raised, whether in church or in Messianic Hebrew Israelite, you know what I mean? About the bloodshed and the sacrifice. Now, I ain't got no problem with Yahshua being a sacrifice in a sense that he sacrifices life or dedicated or sacrifices his life to bring forth the light that the Creator had on him. You know what I mean? I ain't got no problem with that. That make all the sense in the world. But that is supposed to spark something in your mind for you to continue the mission. You dig? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about in the sense of, he was sacrificed, so his death agrees with the hideous slaughter of these animals in Leviticus. No.
Right.
You know what I mean? His death signaled the end of that madness.
Right.
He actually was murdered. That was a geopolitical assassination. That's what happened. You know what I mean? And that triggered the end of all that, because none of that has any power anyway. But the sacrifices for you to look at and be like, you know what, I'm going to dedicate my life to continue this mission. That's what that's for. It's not for you to say, well, I got the blood of Jesus on my forehead. Jesus' blood was spilled 2,000 years ago. Bobo.
Right.
You dig? And as we all know it wasn't spilled on the Ark of the Covenant. We just read where the blood got to go on the Ark of the Covenant to the east and in front of the mercy seat. You understand? He was, according to the biblical narrative, killed on a cross. Golgotha, Gethsemane. You know what I mean? Now, there are some that say, well, the Ark of the Covenant was secretly hidden up under the cross. I've heard that too. It was secretly hid up under the cross, and when the earthquake cracked, the blood from the cross dripped down onto the Ark of the Covenant that was up under the ground of Golgotha.
Oh, wow.
You're like, okay.
I ain't never heard that.
Okay, I understand. You know what I mean? So I would show her first how there is forgiveness and atonement without something dying.
Mm-hmm.
But I would show her that first, right? And I'll send them scriptures too. Then
Okay.
once we show her that in the Bible, because that's why people swim at. They swim in the Bible.
Right.
They scared of anything else, but that's cool. We'll swim with you over there. So I show people that first in the Bible, that in Hebrews 9:22 is not 100% correct, because I can show many instances of atonement and forgiveness without bloodshed. So once you establish that, Old and New Testament, once you establish that, YAH'KI, then they're open to come deal with, you know, the Nazarene literature, that scene literature, OI speed, you know what I mean, keys of Enoch, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Now let's show this.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Man, I appreciate you, big brother. You already know it's all love.
Now watch this. I want to show you this. Shout out to my sister Jamia Brown Curry. Absolutely. Now watch this. Now watch what Yahshua teach in the Nazarene literature. See, that stuff we came out with last year. Everybody was feverishly mad at us by. You know what I mean? He done lost the light, Ak. Hold on, Ak. You done lost the light, YAH'KI. Dang, bro, I lost the light in this there. I thought I had already pulled up. I do. Bang. Okay, so this right here is Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, or the Gospel of the Holy 12. What that say right there, boy? What that say? By the shedding of blood. Let's get this right here. By the shedding of blood of others is no remission of sin.
Wow.
Dang. Right in the Nazarene scene literature. And that's why I'm telling folks, like, look, a lot of this agree with OI. We was already on this. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's easy for us to receive, you know what I mean, the higher frequency and all that, because we was already in the transition. Look at this right here. Look at this. Yahshua, that's Yahshua teaching. Yahshua was teaching his disciples in the outer court of the temple. And one of them said unto him, Master, it is said by the priest that without shedding of blood, there is no remission. That's Hebrews 9:22. Can then the blood offering of the law take away sin? Excellent question. Let me move this side piece over here. Get this out the way for y'all. My bad, y'all. Right there. Bang. High side, boy. All right. Can then the blood offering of the law take away sin? And Yahshua answered, no blood offering. Y'all heard this? No blood offering of beast or bird or, drum roll, man. Can take away sin. For how can the conscience be purged from sin by the shedding of innocent blood? Nay, it will increase the condemnation. Y'all see this?
Wow, big bro.
Y'all see this? He right here telling you, no blood of no beast, bird, or man can take away sin. Now, if somebody said, well, no, brother, I don't read that book because that book, and then, you know, they get the short circuiting, pat them on the back, I can just say, no, it's okay. We got that over in Leviticus too. Atonement and forgiveness without bloodshed. We got that over in Exodus and Numbers too. And then we got that up here in Matthew as well. We got there over in Hosea the prophet as well. Atonement and forgiveness without bloodshed. And Yahshua answered, no bloodshed, no blood offering of beast or bird or man can take away sin. Wow. For how can the conscience be purged from sin by the shedding of innocent blood? Nay, it will increase the condemnation. The priest indeed receives such offering as a reconciliation of the worshipers for the trespass against the law of Moses. But for the sins against the law of Creator, there can be no remission, save or except by repentance, turning away from what you're doing, and amendment, changing what you're doing. You heard what Yahshua taught, the Nazarene Messiah?
Yeah.
The only atonement or repentance or forgiveness comes through repentance and amendment.
That's cold-blooded right there, my brother. Check this out too. In verse 2, where it says, "Nay, it will increase the condemnation."
Yeah.
That's a heavy dagger right there. That's a heavy hammer from the Maccabee.
Yeah.
Because hey, look, all of them sacrifices in the wilderness to Moloch and to Baal, it wasn't took credit for one. We already established that over and above. But the fact that they actually were bringing more condemnation upon themselves.
Yeah.
That whole 40 years.
Yeah, it will
It
increase
was doing
the
it was actually doing the opposite. It was doing the opposite of what they thought it was doing. That's crazy.
Exactly. And ask yourself this. He said, he has an excellent question. Well, how can the conscience or the conscience of a man be purged from sin by the shedding of innocent blood? That's an excellent question if you just think about it.
Mm.
How is my conscience gonna be purged
Right.
or
Right.
cleansed by
Because
me
I killed
shedding
something
innocent
else.
blood? Make that make sense.
You ain't gonna make it make sense because it don't make sense.
It don't
Zero.
make sense. It's going to increase the condemnation. You know what if anything, you just learn how to kill and shed blood. That's it.
That's it.
It's not going to purge you. It's not going to cleanse you. You know what I mean? You still going to have that sinful nature up in you.
Exactly. And check this out. They're going to go back and do the same sin and bring another sacrifice a couple weeks later.
There you go. There you go. Messing with these Negroes, boy, won't be no animals around here.
But this is Yeshua talking. That's
right.
This ain't no prophet. This is actually
Yeah. And see, that's why this literature is a threat to the mainstream Israelite movement. We came out with this like 18 months ago.
Yeah, I remember. I hopped on as soon as y'all got it. Just same with the OSB. Yeah. I've been following with y'all brothers for a long time. So, you know what I mean? I let the spirit lead. And I was like, damn, let me get all of the Nazarene acts. Let me get the homily, the Clement. Let me get, you know what I mean? I was going all of it. You know what I'm saying? Then I got the OSB about a week ago. And I'm already damn near through the book of Jehovah. I'm in Sethantes right now.
Man, hey, brother, I salute you on your journey, brother. It's a wonderful adventure.
Oh man, it's all praise to the Most High Creator, man.
It really is. It really is, bro. It's a wonderful adventure. Because I read on it every day. So, like I said, I'm a little bit over halfway through it. Not marvelous. But look, notice this.
He said,
it said right here that it will increase the condemnation, and that makes sense. How you shed innocent blood gonna make you righteous? Everybody just ask yourself that. By me shedding innocent blood, how will I become more righteous by shedding innocent blood? It's going to increase the condemnation. If anything, you learn you just a better killer now than you was before.
Dang.
Now look at this. So he said right here, it says right here, verse 3 again. It says the priest indeed receive such offerings as a reconciliation of the worshipers for the trespass against the law of Moshe. But for the sins against the law of Creator, there can be no remission. No forgiveness except by turning away from what you're doing, repentance, and amendment, changing your ways. That's how you get back in good graces with the Creator. You got to right your wrongs, basically. That's it. You just got to right your wrongs. Look at this, verse 4. Is it not written in the prophets? Put your blood sacrifices to your burnt offerings and away with them, and cease ye from the eating of flesh. For I spake not to your fathers, nor commanded them when I brought them out of Egypt concerning these things. This thing I commanded, saying. So he's speaking on Jeremiah 7:22 now. You see that? Where it wasn't commanded in Egypt, according to Jeremiah, another prophet. Same prophet who had the Ark of the Covenant. All right. It wasn't commanded in the wilderness, according to Amos 5. It did. Verse 21. And even when you go back up to verse 25, when you go back up to 21, he's saying, I hate the feast days. And those things were going on in Amos' day while he was in Israel. So we got Egypt, wilderness, in the land. And it's shown that the Creator never ordained any of it. That's crazy. So he's saying right here, you did. It was never commanded. That's Jeremiah 7:22. This is what has been commanded of you by the Creator. Obey my voice and walk in the ways that I have commanded you, and you shall be my people.
and it shall be well with you. You want to be chosen? Choose Creator.
Mm-hmm.
But they hearken not, nor incline their ear. And what does the Eternal command you? But to do justice, love mercy,
yes, sir.
and walk humbly with your Creator. Is it not written that in the beginning God ordained the fruits of the trees and the seeds and the herbs to be food for all flesh? See, these are the commands. It's about mercy. It's about love. It's about justice. It's about being an overall sincere, genuine man or woman.
Yeah, that's it, man.
That's all it comes down to. You just being sincere and genuine in what you're doing, man. That's all it comes down to. All this is common sense. You don't even need to read this to know to do this. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We done made an idol out of these books, man. Idols. Look at this. But they have made, look at this. But they have made the house of prayer a den of thieves. And for the pure oblation with incense, they have polluted my altars with what? Blood. And eaten of the flesh of the slain. But I say unto you, shed no innocent blood, nor eat ye flesh. Walk uprightly, love mercy, and do justly, and your days shall be long in the land. Y'all see this?
Man.
That's what you command. That's Torah.
Yes, sir.
That's what you commanded to do. You did. Be an overall sincere, genuine, lovable brother or sister. That's all you called to do. You did. Serve Creator, worship Creator by looking out and serving His creation. And that takes a huge boulder off your shoulders. Folks, I ain't playing games with you, sitting back laughing at you make mistakes. It ain't about that. Whatever you mess up, you just got to clean up. That's it. That's it.
That makes perfect sense to me too, brother. Perfect sense.
It resonates with you. Walk uprightly. Look, shed no innocent blood. Stop chewing on animals. Walk uprightly. Stop being a nitwit. Love mercy and do justly. Your days should be long in the land. All right.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead, brother.
But you know what's interesting to me also, man, when you're reading that is like it resonates throughout the scriptures also with other prophets that prophesy the time that we in. We know from the philosophy teachings that it's the Cosma era and all of that. But a time when compassion would go forth. You know what I'm saying? When people would be genuinely compassionate. It also talks about men and women being lovers of themselves and being selfish and all of that too. But some of the more positive prophecies about quote unquote Israel in the world was that it was going to come a time where people would be genuinely compassionate to one another. You see what I'm saying? And that's basically the sum of what we're talking about: love and justice, love mercy, love your neighbor as yourself. Like you said, Yeshua was here 2,000 years ago.
Exactly.
So all of the culminations of all of the prayers we've been praying about bringing the kingdom to fruition is happening right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's a beautiful thing to see, and to experience,
It is,
it's
it
crazy.
is, man. It really is. You did. When you let go of all the prejudice, the racism, when you let go of all the doom and gloom, just let it go. Just completely take fear off the table.
Right.
Because those who serve and worship the Creator fear nothing in heaven or on earth.
Yeah, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Perfect love casts out fear, Doc.
There
you know
go.
what I mean? It casts out all fear. When Creator is actually your Father, and He has sent ethereal angels to send you light along your journey and encourage you and lift you up throughout the entire eternal life existence, man. It's like it frees you.
Yeah.
And it frees you up to help other people because, we all went personally. You talk about personal life, each and every one of us in the chat, we've all had struggles and things that we've overcome. And now we can go back and help uplift other people through those same things.
Exactly. That's our job.
That's our entire
job.
The
angels do that for us and we do that for each other. And in time to come, we'll be reaching back doing that for mortals. You did? That's our job. Your job is to serve others.
But look, I'm gonna let you finish teaching. I'm gonna slide on out the chat.
All right, go ahead, bro. Hey, man. Hey, I salute you in the name of the Creator. Anybody else want to come in? Come on in, man. I see Cal P in the building. Where you at? Most High bless you, my brother, young Prince, man. Much love, YAH'KI. Stand strong, all right?
Peace and blessings. Shalom.
Peace and blessings. Let me stop sharing the screen real quick. You know, Nazarene edition part 100. Y'all already know what time it is. Let me go ahead and drop this link in the chat. Anybody want to come on in, chop it up. I'd love to hear your perspective on the topic. We talking about feast days and their sacrifices. Okay? And for anybody claiming they keeping the feast days or the Day of Atonement according to the law, they are actually lying to you. They're not. And we've been showing. We got receipts. You ain't keeping it according to how the law say keep it. At the best, you just keeping a memorial. But that means you doing your own thing. And if we doing our own thing, how dare we condemn others? You dig? Let go of that fear, that false evidence appearing real. You gotta let that go. You gotta let that go. Those who serve and worship Creator fear nothing. All right. You don't fear nothing in the heavens or in the earth. All right. Anybody else want to come in? Come on in. Let me I'm about to go and read something else over here though. Come on in. Y'all know it's all love over this way, player. All right. Let me share my screen again. We're gonna go to chapter 51, the Nazarene gospel. I'm gonna go into the Nazarene Acts too. And just to show what it is. And look, we showing in the Bible. We do that first. Everything else we do is just further proving our point. That's all we doing. We just proving our point. All right. Let's rock out though. Entire screen. You know what I mean? I salute you all in the name of the Creator. Shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah, we love y'all too. Yeah, believe that. Gotta love the jaw jackers. Got to. Because they do all the promotion. They promote you, boy. Jaw jackers promoted thou. All right. All right, we'll go down here to the bottom real quick. It's Nazarene, the Gospel of the Nazarene, chapter 51. All right, the truth make it free. All right. Now look at this. Look at this. And certain of the elders and scribes from the temple came unto him, saying, why do your disciples teach men that it is unlawful to eat the flesh of beasts, though they be offered in sacrifice as by Moses ordained? There it is. Messiah and his disciples taught against the sacrifices in the temple. You dig? Facts. You don't believe that? Well, Amos spoke against it. Isaiah spoke against it. Jeremiah spoke against it. Hosea spoke against it. Do we need to keep going? Messiah went to the temple, made a bullwhip, freed the animals, said, take these hence. Get them out of here. So this shouldn't be that hard to believe. You dig? All right, why do your disciples teach men that it is unlawful to eat the flesh of beasts, though they be offered in sacrifice as by Moses ordained? For it is written, God said to Noah, the fear and dread of you shall be upon every beast of the field and every bird of the air and every fish of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. Y'all, as if that means chew on them. That means have dominion over. It's the same thing that was told to Adam, if you're going by the biblical narrative. Like that, they ain't say nothing about chew on no animals. What are you talking about? Look at this. Look at this right here. Now look how the Messiah responds to these guys. Look at this. Shout out to my people's like he got stoned. Yeah, look at this. And Yahshua said unto them, you hypocrites, well did Isaiah speak of you and your forefathers, saying this people draw near unto me with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. For in vain do they worship me, teaching and believing and teaching for divine doctrines, the commandments of men in my name, but to satisfy their own lust. So when people pull out the fear and dread of Noah was upon all the animals as an excuse to chew on them, Messiah responded and said, no, y'all hypocrites. Huh? You only went to Noah to justify and satisfy your own lust. Huh? Teaching and believing and teaching for divine doctrines, the commandments of men in my name, but to satisfy their own lust. As also Jeremiah bear witness when he said concerning blood offerings and sacrifices. I, the Lord God, commanded none of these things in the day that you came out of Egypt. But only this I commanded you to do. Righteousness. This is what you commanded to do, y'all. Righteousness. Walk in the ancient paths. Do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with your Creator. But you did not hearken to me, who in the beginning gave you all manner of seed and fruits of the trees and seed, having been for the food and healing of man and beast. And they said, thou speakest against the Torah. I hear that all the time. Now you speaking against the Torah. Well, that's what they told Messiah. And look what he said. And he said, against Moses, indeed, I do not speak, nor against the Torah, but against them who corrupted his Torah. There you link to Jeremiah 8:8, the lion pen of the scribes. Messiah is on record in the Nazarene literature admitting that the Torah is compromised. He said, I don't speak against Moses nor what he taught. And that shows the Torah you have today ain't what Moses taught. It's attributed to him. It's attributed to him. You dig? But that's a whole nother topic. We got videos on it on the channel. And he said, against Moses, indeed, I do not speak, nor against the law, but against them who corrupted his Torah, which he permitted for the hardness of your heart. So there are those who corrupted the written Torah. And they've been burned so many times. Like you don't even really know. That's why it's important to know the character of the Creator, right? And that inspiration leads you to good works, y'all. Good works done unto others. That's it. Love the Most High and love your neighbors yourself and work on purifying that body. Get your body together the best you can. And true about this, it ain't no rush. Everybody progresses at their own pace. You dig? But this is the light of the Creator. This is what he's teaching. You dig? And this is why this is a threat to the mainstream Israelite movement. Because they know good and well we see right through it. We know what a BS is at. We know what's right and exact in there, and then we know where the BS is at. And the BS is what a lot of our people are holding on to, hook, line, and sinker. You dig? And we like, look, we just trying to have a conversation with you. Because I know once I have a convo with you as a man and look you in your face, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. Not because I'm out here casting spells. These Negroes out here got people thinking I'm casting spells on somebody. Or you part of the Malachites. Like, nigga, I ain't got my own movement. What is y'all talking about? So the Torah is to do righteousness, walk in the ancient paths, do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. But you did not hearken to me, who in the beginning gave you all manner of seed and fruit of the trees, and seed having been for the food, and healing of man and beast. They said, thou speakest against the law. And he said against Moses, indeed, I do not speak, nor against the Torah, but I speak against them who corrupt his Torah, who corrupted his Torah, which he permitted for the hardness of your hearts. But behold, a greater than Moses is here. And they were angry, wrath, and took up stones. There go the stones right there. Took up stones to cast at them. And Yahshua passed through their midst and was hidden from their violence. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Oh, we got a problem, don't we? We got a problem, don't we? Everybody know we got a problem. Believe that, know that. Let me go to the Nazarene Acts for y'all real quick. Open him on up. Dig? Surgical with it. Surgical with it. Nobody should be out here. Nobody should be out here condemning anybody. All right? Condemning anybody because they didn't observe the Feast of Tabernacles or Atonement or the memorial blowing a trumpet. When you did or how you did. Because we just found out none of y'all keeping it according to the Torah. Not damn one of you. How are you condemning folk? I mean, I know why you are, because you read in there where you're going to be cut off. But you got to ask yourself, why would the Creator need to threaten you to obey him? If in the end, guess what? Your own wickedness is going to correct you anyway. In the end, you're going to be right back in front of the Most High like, I can't get jiggy with this. I tripped by going against you. What he need to threaten you to behave for? You don't do it right, you're going to be cut off. Right? And this right here is the Nazarene Acts. All right, now this is the teachings that Kepha, who we call Peter, these are the teachings that was passed down to him by Yahshua, right? We just read Yahshua saying, I speak against those who corrupted the Torah. Certain things that was allowed because of the hardness of your hearts. He said, I don't speak against Moses. I don't speak against the Torah. I speak against those who corrupted his Torah. So trip off this. Messiah is admitting in his day that the Torah they was dealing with was compromised. You know what I mean? HICKMAN, Shabbat, YAH'KI. Blessings. Blessings. I'm looking at the chat, y'all clowning. All right, now look at this. Zebah. All right, this is on page, if y'all got it, page 39. All right, the allowance of sacrificing or zebah for a time. All right, this is what Peter taught concerning the sacrifices. All right. When meantime, Moshe, that faithful and wise steward, perceived that the vice of sacrificing, zebaim, sacrificing to idols, had been deeply ingrained into the people from their association with the Egyptians, Mitzrayim, and that the root of this evil could not be extracted from them, he allowed them sacrifices, zebaim, but permitted it to be done only to Yahuwah, that by any means he might, that by any means he might cut off one half of the deeply ingrained evil. Peter is saying Moses understood that sacrificing was evil, but it was so deeply ingrained in our people. He cut off half of the evil, meaning the idol worship, and allowed them to do certain things only to Yahweh. But we just read what Messiah was saying. Certain things were allowed because of the hardness of your heart. Moses was facing mutiny. They was going to kill this man. But still in all, that ain't the Creator ordained. Creator never ordained it. He did. That by any means he might cut off one half of the deeply ingrained evil. All right. Well, you got sacrificing one half, and you got idol worship one half. He did. He cut down the sacrificing to the idols. But notice, he's still calling it evil. That by any means he may cut off one half of the deeply ingrained evil. Look at that. Look at that. Leaving the other half. What other half? The sacrificing to Yahuwah. Okay. Leaving the other half to be corrected. Corrected by another. And at a future time by him, namely concerning whom he said himself, a prophet, and not be, will Yahuwah raise up unto you, whom you will hear even as myself, according to all things that he will say to you. Whosoever will not hear that not be, his spirit will be cut off from his people. Now look at this. So we got it being allowed for a time, but it ain't from the Creator. It's from the great administrator Moses. From the great administrator Moses. Certain things were allowed for the hardness of your heart, but it comes from Moses, not Creator. And we confused. We think Creator got to do with all these chopped off goat heads on the altar and all this blood and all these blood rituals. No. Remember, that whole 40 years of that sacrificing in the wilderness was to the gods of Canaan. It wasn't to the Creator. Now look at this, the set apart place or the temple. Look at this. In addition to these things, he also appointed a place in which alone it should be lawful to them to sacrifice to Yahuwah. And all this was arranged with this view, that when the fitting time should come, they should learn by means of Yahshua that Yahuwah desires mercy. That Yahuwah learn by means of Yahshua, our master teacher, Messiah, right? Great man. By means of Yahshua, that Yahuwah desires mercy and not sacrifice. And they might see him who should teach them that the place chosen of Yahuwah, in which it was suitable, that what? Victims should be offered to the Creator. Look at Peter. Peter calling it for what it is. The animals that get offered as burnt offerings up to who you call your Lord or your God are victims. They are victims. We ain't finna play the Millie Mouth game. We not finna be like, oh, I'm chewing on a cheeseburger. No, boy, you chewing on a cow. That's what you chewing on. Oh, you know, these pork chops. No, you chewing on pig. We not finna play the game. You dig? We gonna call it for what it is. These are victims you chewing on. Victims. All right, look at this. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to zoom that out. Okay, here we go. In which it was suitable that victims should be offered to Yahuwah, in his wisdom, and that on the other hand, they might hear that this place, talking about the temple, was seen chosen for a time, often harassed as it had been by hostile invasions and plunderings, was at last to be wholly destroyed. Yeah, this place of slaughter coming down. Look at that. And in order to impress this upon them, even before the coming of Yahshua, who was to reject at once the sacrifices and the place, the temple, was often plundered by enemies and burnt with fire, and the people carried into captivity among foreign tribes, and then brought back from captivity when they betook themselves to the mercy of Yahuwah. Mercy is what gets you back in good graces, not shedding innocent blood. If y'all understand that, give me a 6 up in the chat. Look at this. And that by these things they might be taught that a people who offer sacrifices are driven away and delivered up into the hands of the enemy. Where you at, Israel? Where you at? We were supposed to look at all the plunderings, all the burning, you dig, all the raiding of the foreign nations. And we were supposed to understand, guess what? This place is going to be destroyed. And this ain't what the Most High want. Why you think it keep getting destroyed? Where you at, Israel? You behind enemy lines. That by these things they might be taught that a people who offer sacrifices are driven away and delivered up into the hands of the enemy. Where you at? But they who do mercy and righteousness are without sacrificing, freed from captivity. You want to know what got the best plan for who we call, quote unquote, black folk? Whatever knowledge telling you to partake in mercy and love. The shedding of innocent blood ain't going to get you out of captivity. The warfare ain't going to get you out of captivity. You want to know what's going to free you, Zion? You want to know what's going to free you? When you start showing exponential amount of love and mercy, period, despite your situation. And you're going to start seeing all your situations start getting conquered. You know what I mean? Because you defeated with love and mercy. That's it. They're going to deflate they going to look. Your enemy, if your enemy coming at you with hate and all you pouring on them is love, they're going to lose. Hatred has never conquered love, ever. If your enemy coming at you with war and you hitting them with peace, he's going to lose that. You see what I'm saying? You in the hand of your enemy, driven away and delivered into his hands. You dig? But guess what you been doing, and guess what we ain't never stopped doing? Yeah, you sacrificing. You chewing on them dead animals. How they get dead? Somebody sacrificed them. Look at this. All right, right here. But they who do mercy and righteousness are without sacrifices, free from captivity and restored to their native land. But it fell out that very few understood this. For the greater number, though they could perceive, and observe these things, yet were held by the irrational opinion of the vulgar. Even though you can see it, you don't want to come outside and say it because the irrational opinion of the base or the vulgar scare you. If you see what we saying, why you ain't outside busting your spiritual strap? What you doing hiding behind the blinds? Only a few observe these things, yet were held by the irrational opinion of the vulgar. For right opinion with liberty is the exclusive right of a few. Do y'all hear this? What is this? This is right here at the top. Malaki, this is the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, or the recognitions of Clement, or the Clementine homilies, first century documentation. Basically, Peter's journal. His work being documented by Clement At the behest of James, Yahshua's brother, Clement followed Peter around and documented all his battles with Simon Magus. And he documented all his teachings. That's Peter teaching about, the sacrifice, and how Yahshua taught them that it was a deeply ingrained evil that Moses allowed, but the Creator never commanded it. You feel me? He allowed it to take away one half of the evil, and he left the other half for the right one to get rid of it in his time, and that right one was Yahshua. So this is at the top. It's Nazarene, Acts of the Apostles. You see that? So no, it's not in. But trip off this, Malak. All your church fathers know about it. The ones that were instrumental in deciding what went into the New Testament and what was considered pseudo. You know what I mean? They know everything I'm pulling out. Nazarene, Acts of the Apostles, Clementine homilies, Gospel of the Holy 12, Gospel of the Nazarene. Everything I'm pulling out, we got the history that the church fathers knew about. You dig? But they never dealt with it, you dig, because it didn't go with the agenda that Rome was pushing at that time. And they would be killed. They were pouring hot molten lead down each other's throats and everything. Because we was refusing to chew on animals out. You know what I mean? So this is at the top of here, the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. Look it up. It's a good read. All right, it's a good read. So in the Bible, since you're just getting here, Akmalak, we was in the Bible the whole time, thus far. You know what I mean? And then we just go outside and show what it is. Ooh-wee. All right. The only way you can know anything about any book is to deal with it. Like, you got to read it, study it, and then, if it resonates with you, then, it may be a situation out to where, and what it really is, period, with damn near everything we read. We take what we need that we can apply to our spiritual walk right now. But what's ever dead, we don't deal with. That's it. You know what I mean? So that's how I approach any information. If I read it and it resonates with my spirit, then that's what it is. That's what it is. But if I read across something that don't resonate with my spirit, either I'm gonna keep reading the book, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm cool. You dig? But everybody has that choice to make. So check it out. Check it out. Some good read. Some good read. We actually, if you don't know Malak, we actually for the past 18 months on this channel been bringing out the Nazarene scene literature. You dig? And that literature agrees with Owaski in a lot of ways. So that's why it was real easy for me to start looking at it like, dang, say that I've been reading this other stuff for over a year and it's saying the same thing. You know what I mean? That's right, Kyle P. What's the word, Aki? You know what I mean? You got to examine it first before you call anything garbage. Because that's what everybody doing now. You dig? And I'm like, bro, the Bible even tell you don't rebuke until you examine the whole matter. Everybody that's coming against the Nazarene scene literature, you know what I mean, or even OSP, none of them are reading. None of them are reading. See, read it first and then, come at us like, look, this is what I disagree with. Let's have a convo about it. Easy work. Did the Most High take the Israelites out of Egypt according to the Bible? Yep. According to the Nazarene scene literature? Yep. OSP? Yep. Yeah. Yeah. According to certain historical documents too. The Ipparis papyrus. That's Egyptian right there. And they talk about it almost go line up blow for blow with Exodus. Ask yourself why. How can the Ipparis papyrus, which is an Egyptian record, line up blow for blow with Exodus? How is that possible? You know what I mean? So yeah, most definitely, y'all. All right, we'll be at right here. Cal P, what's the word, Aki? What you got going? I see you in the building. All right, so what we've been doing is going over the laws or the sacrifices for the 7th month feast. And what we showed is if you running around twisting your lips claiming that you keeping the feast based off the Torah, that is not true. It's not true. You know what I mean? Because each feast day has a specific sacrifice that's required. And on the Day of Atonement, the law for the atonement, guess what? Unless the blood goes on the Ark of the Covenant and right before the Ark of the Covenant, then guess what? There is no atonement for the high priest or the people, where the Ark of the Covenant ain't been around since the days of Jeremiah. That means every day of atonement kept after the day of Jeremiah, guess what? Was not kept according to the law. You see? So that's what we showing in a sense to not have people like angry or bro, you ain't keeping the feast, or bro, what day you keep it, man? You kept it the wrong time, or you ain't fast. Look, we can lay all that to the side because ain't nobody keeping it how we just read. Nobody. Even in the Messiah's day, they weren't keeping atonement how it is read in Leviticus. You see that? So we got to stop condemning one another. If we know none of us are keeping it lawfully. None of us. No feast day you didn't keep lawfully. Not one. You did? So at the best, it's just a memorial. You know what I mean? That brief is a memorial. That's what that is. You know what I mean? It's a memorial and it's a remembrance. But call it that. But if it's that, there's no condemnation behind it. Bro, what day did you keep atonement? Bro, what day did you, how did you swallow your spit on atonement, brother? Ain't you going off and stop the religion. You see what I'm saying? The creator is not sadistic. He's not sitting up there getting off on you, making mistakes and bumping your head because you don't know what you're doing. That ain't what this is. You know what I mean? So let's get this right here. I want to show y'all something. All right, bang. We got that out the way. Bang, bang. We got that. All right, let me show y'all something. I thought this was an interesting read right here. And we can get it done. All right. Look at Bro Caleb in the building. Bless up, King. Bless up. He said, I got my wife finally sitting in with me. Can you speak briefly on Deuteronomy 14? Was that under the vibration of the Most High? No. The easy way to tell if anything is of the Most High or not, y'all, is to examine it. Is it sanctioning warfare? Is it sanctioning bloodshed? Is it sanctioning murder? Is it sanctioning, low vibrational, gossip? Is it? If it's any of that, then it's not of the creator. You know what I mean? Because he don't get down like that. He don't move like that. But if it's about love, joy, peace, if it's about raising up your neighbor, raising up strangers, righteous works done unto him. You know what I mean? If it's about serving none but the Most High, if it's about following the teachings of the master teacher, Messiah, and all, if it's about all that, then that's all good. But you're going to run into things that are not conducive with the creator's character. I give you an example. If the Most High appeared to you and said, prove your devotion to me, kill your son, I promise you. That's not of the creator. He ain't getting off on that. If you do further and deeper readings, guess what you're going to find out? That's what you're going to find out. You're going to find out that was a false god that tempted Abraham to kill Isaac. That wasn't the Most High. But you got to take you to get into deeper understandings and revelations for that. So just real quick, you know what I mean? If we don't get a chance to hit it, just understand it's real easy to tell the character of the creator because he's all in all. He's ever present. He always was, is, and ever shall be. His eyes are in every place, beholding the good or the evil. You understand? The great I am. He's not limited. He doesn't have to come down and see. He's not a man floating in space. He's the all in all, the ever present, the always was, and he's always been the unbegotten. And if it's all about peace, love, harmony, unity, brotherhood, righteousness, bro, that's the Most High. If it's about killing children, if it's about the prophet cursed 42 children because they called him bald head because he follically challenged, and he cursed them in the name of the Lord, and 2 birds came out the woods and killed them 42 children. What are we talking about here? That's not righteous. Look, if I turned around right now and cursed everybody in the name of my Lord, and something tragic happened to everybody, that wouldn't be righteous. What are you talking about? We got prophets doing that, so you got to question those type things. Is all I'm saying. Try the spirit by the spirit. Why would the creator do that? You know what I mean? Because you got false inspiration and false scribes in the scriptures. It's a big pot of gumbo. You understand? So you got to know how to separate and know what that is. You did. That's just in case we don't get a chance to get there. It's real easy to understand if it's vibrating on the Most High's understanding or not by understanding his character. Whatever agrees with his creation, that's how you rock. You know what I mean? That's a quick answer. Hopefully that helped out a little bit, bro. What we got over here? Much love and salute to my phenomenal brother Malaki. All right, salute. That's Bezel. That's Bezel, Ema. That's Bethel the Israelite, his mama. Blessings, abundant blessings to the family, my beloved sister. You already know. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, we still going. We still going. Creator is truly marvelous. And, you know, Creator must have a sense of humor. I think. Creator must have a sense of humor, man, because we all go through, don't we? Dig. That's right, y'all. 100 shows. Y'all come on in. Y'all want to come in the chat? Come in the chat. I'll let you. Come on in the chat. I'll let your brother. Chat out at your brother. Let me show this right here. And then I want to go show, matter of fact, I'm going to go to the Book of Remembrance next. I want to show you how that too. We just freestyling a little taste. Let's go to the Book of Remembrance. Let's read about Aaron the idol maker. Remembrance. I ain't sure that. There it is. Right. Go to the Book of Remembrance. First and second book of HICKMAN. Then you reading that? What is that book? We like, bro, calm down, man. You got every right not to deal. Just don't deal with it. That's it. You know, it ain't enough for somebody, though. Y'all know why? Why it ain't enough? Because you know what men want? Men want you to submit to their understanding. And you may not see that. None of y'all brothers and sisters should be pumped into believing what somebody else is saying. You dig? You got every right to critically examine whatever skip across your plate, bro. They don't even sound right to me. What is that? You dig? Whenever somebody is trying to force an understanding, run. Run from that. I'm see it's gonna open up. Open up for me. There we go. There you go. Okay. Here we go. Let's pull this on up. Show you how we get down, son. Surgical with it, B. All right, now watch this right here. And then we're gonna read something else real quick too. All right. All right, let me show y'all this. Matter of fact, look at the guy in the back chat. Cal B in the building.
Yeah.
Create a game, baby. What's the word? Talk to me.
Man, peace to the righteous God, young Malachi Maccabee. Boy, 100.
100 round
That's
clip.
a blessing. That's a blessing, man. You've been edifying people for many moons, brother.
All praise to the Creator. All right.
That's
All
right.
praise.
Oh man, it's a good thing, man.
We started part one. Part one was like at the end of last May. You did.
Dang.
And today, as what is this? What's the date? What is the date? October 7th or something like that?
Yeah, 8th, I think.
October 7th or 8th. Right now, as of today, we just hit a Nazarene edition part 100. 400 hours of teaching, I keep. 400 hours.
It's a lot of time, brother, man. You dig what I'm talking about? But that shows your love for the Creator and your actual search for truth. You know what I mean? There's no way, if this was false, that this even could have lasted this long.
Right.
You know what I mean? So so for the fact that, you know, and look, and you know, I went back and I looked at the first couple videos. You dig what I'm talking about? The information isn't lessening, it's getting deeper and deeper and deep, higher and higher and higher light is being revealed in each one of them till now you at a waspy.
Yeah.
Bringing that type of light out, bro. And that's it. And another thing before you get to reading, bro, I just for the people, right? Don't worry about what's different. Remember that our Creator is symmetry. He is harmony. He is rhythm. He is beauty. He is music. You see what I'm saying? And he does the same thing all the time. So if you're going to go into any so-called holy text, OSP, Bible, Nazarene text, try not to search for what's different in the text. Try to find the commonality, and you'll find that those are the actual words of the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
He say he changed not. He don't need to change. I'm omnipotent. I do this. Been doing this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't make no mistakes.
Right.
You dig what I'm talking about? So in the Bible, it say, don't kill nothing, don't eat no meat. In the Nazarene text, it say, don't kill nothing, don't eat no meat. In YAH'S, it say, don't kill nothing, don't eat no meat.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You kind of gotta look for the chain of things that look that are the same. You gotta look for the higher light. Think about this. Would the Creator tell anybody to kill his son?
Right. Right.
Would he? And then he had to convince you that he killed his own son so you could kill yours.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Then excuse me, y'all. My bad. So is that what he's saying? Is that what you? Because I was crazy enough to kill mine, so you should kill yours.
Right. Exactly.
And then he'll turn around and tell you in the Bible, I don't tempt men, but he tempted Abram.
Yeah, exactly.
He tested Abram. So you gotta kind of look at that when the Creator, you gotta understand Creator don't lie. He don't do two different things.
Right.
He doesn't need to. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody tells you that the sky is or water is dry, you dig what I'm talking about? Water is dry. You know what I mean? You got to kind of lean into logic and common sense. Ask yourself, have I seen dry water before?
Right.
Have I seen it?
Right.
Okay, let me run to the bathroom and stick my hand under this faucet. Oh, no, that water wet too. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Let me go over here and stick my hand in the lake because they talk about outside water is dry. Oh, damn, that's wet too. Well, then now you got to look at the messenger. You done use logic and common sense. You done went out into creation to actually try to prove Creator, and you found out what you were told wasn't truthful. At that point, you got to recalibrate. It's not about you being wrong. You didn't tell the lie.
Right.
You didn't tell nobody to eat no animal sandwich.
Yeah.
Somebody told you that, and they duped your grandmama and duped your great grandmama and your mama, who turned around and duped you.
Yeah.
But is that your fault or is that the God's fault?
Right. The false God's fault.
It's God's fault. But you got to look at it and be plain. You dig what I'm talking about? Our people got to be real. You just got to be a real dude with this. You know what I mean? You can't be willy-nilly with it.
Yeah.
This is why I read the Nazarene text. You dig what I'm talking about? Because what y'all don't get is 75%, 80% of the book. I'd even say 85% of that book line up exactly with what YAH'S say.
Yeah.
So it's not a hard stretch. As a matter of fact, I could, if I change lords and gods to Yahweh, the book like 97% on point.
Facts.
You dig what I'm talking about? So don't try to look for your Creator in a small little corner. Don't try to look for your Creator in a mistake or in a lie. You know what I mean? He's not pigeonholed nowhere in a cell, held up and pent up. No, you look for him in the expanse. You know what I mean? Look for him in the wind. Man, listen, blew my mind yesterday. Blew my mind, man. I just got to share this, and I'm going to go ahead and let you read, bro. I was getting in the car yesterday, and it was cold up here, man. The wind was blowing. Now, in YAH'S, for those who read it, they say the Creator commanded man to name him off after something
The wind or something.
not in the heavens and in the earth and then under the sea. So man named him after the sound the wind makes. Now I understood that. I understood it, but I had never heard it. I'm going to get in my car, and if y'all look, hold on. Can y'all see this? Hold on 1 second. Let me turn it around for you. See if I can turn it around. It won't turn around, but let me show y'all. Look. Y'all see that crabapple tree?
Yeah.
That's a crabapple tree. Right? I was getting in the car, and the wind cut through the tree, and it said, blew my mind, bro. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. Never heard. I understood what they were saying.
Yeah.
But until you hear it for yourself, the wind cut through the leaves and said, I said, oh, you dig what I'm saying? I said, oh. And then I said, do it again. And it went through the tree again. It's real soft. It's not loud. Blew my mind yesterday, man. I was on a spiritual high all yesterday.
Man,
you know what I mean? Oh man. Blew my mind, bro. Blew my mind, man.
But see, that experience, that experience validates what you've been reading. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
See, so nobody can take away from that. Like we can talk like, man, that ain't the truth, and the truth is over here, bro. When the experience matches what it is that you've been taking in and studying, bro, that was for you at that time, and nobody could ever take that away from you. An increase came yesterday. That was an increase. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I wasn't expecting.
Read that, and then it came, and you know what I mean? So nobody could ever take that.
Yeah. They say what do they say? What's the expression? Experience is the best teacher. Is the greatest teacher.
Yeah.
You know. Now I understood it, and I even believed it because I've heard wind cut through houses, and you know what I mean. And you did, but I never heard it through the trees. I've never heard it in the high mountains. I never heard it. Well, I have heard it over the water, and it does sound like, you know what I mean? I've heard that, but I've never heard. I didn't know where the E sound comes from.
You heard it yesterday.
And what? Blew my mind. And then the crazy part was I knew exactly what it was when I heard it. So I said, "Oh, I cussed." I said, oh shit, do it again. And the wind cut again. I said, oh. I just sat in the car for a minute, bro. I didn't do nothing. I just sat there. You know what I mean? Because it's a difference between believing, you know, and actually knowing. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. You know what I mean? But hell yeah, man, this is another great show. Y'all stop chewing on them pig sandwiches.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I'm talking about? Them goddamn, listen, your God didn't told you to eat shit before.
Ezekiel.
You did what I'm talking about?
Yeah, book Ezekiel.
God told you to eat doo-doo sandwiches. I'm just saying, maybe that's not the right thing to eat.
That's it. That's all we saying. Maybe
that's not right.
Not so, my Lord.
If that's what you want to do, hit it with some of that Lawry's and a little Texas Pete. You might can stomach that thing.
Oh, man. Don't tell me you out here chewing on some dung sandwiches, man. Please not.
Man, but I'm saying y'all got to come on, man. We real street dudes. You are black in America. You can't tell me you ain't been through nothing.
Right, exactly.
You can't tell me you ain't been through nothing enough to know when a motherfucker lying to you.
Right.
Y'all got to see it, man. Y'all got to see it. Just moved in the new crib, man. Getting the cable and stuff set up so the Jehovah Chronicles will be back. I'm coming with a bombshell.
Come on with it. I know you were saying. Come on with it.
I'm coming with a bombshell, y'all. This one gone. This was gonna set the internet on fire.
Hey, I already know with me and you be rapping. When the next time you gonna do the Jehovah Chronicles though? When that's projected to come out?
I think my internet get cut on Tuesday.
Okay.
So it's either Tuesday or Wednesday they'll be here. I forget the date. So it's like the 12th or the 13th or something like that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so I'll be back on then, and but we're gonna do a tough one, y'all.
Hey,
Gonna
come
do
on
a
with
tough
it.
one.
Hey, look, we expect nothing less of you, y'all. Come on with it. You know what I mean?
The topic gonna be 10 ways to prove you're not an Israelite.
Oh yeah, you gonna make somebody mad on that one, boy.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna
Because a
piss
lot of y'all think what you're doing is right and exact, but but you are doing what the usurpers of the true Israelite history did. And they wrote it down in the book and stole your history. They talked about your prophets, oh Israel. They didn't have prophets. So they had to steal yours. This is why it's okay with them. This is why it's okay with them for their prophet to be a murderer. Because they are. They killed Yeshua and now usurped his doctrine. Now they telling you got to praise Yeshua. Come on. Yeshua never asked for praise. Show me one time anywhere. But y'all trying to get me to praise him now? Wait a minute. Okay. Y'all use a book that the law is based in Levitical law. So I would just like to ask you a question. Anybody listening? I'm not asking the faithers. The faithers know this. Many of the Essenes know this. Many of the Nazarenes know this. But for all the rest of my Israelite, Hebrew, Jewish brothers, what does Levitican mean? Since you follow the Levitican doctrine, what does Levitican mean? Now, if you say anything about a priest, you wrong.
Hey, look, don't give him too much. I
ain't gonna give him too much.
Yeah, don't give him too much. I know where you. I know where you going with it. You dig? But let the people know. Let the people know who don't know who you are. Let them know where they can get with you at on YouTube. Any of your contact information, how to support you, Cosmon Cal. Let us know, brother.
Yep, Cosmon Cal, KOSMONCAL TV. On YouTube, Cosmon Cal on Facebook. You did what I'm talking about. Cosmon Cal 1 on Cash App. You did what I'm talking about. We got some fire for y'all. Oh, this coming up Friday, this next Friday, got a real special show with one of the greatest faithists I know, Dr. Susan B. Martinez, coming through. We're gonna do the fake global warming. This thing that they call global warming. It's a hoax, y'all.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Let's work.
So we got Dr. Martinez coming on Friday at 8 p.m. Jehovah Chronicles, man. Y'all go ahead, tune in, tap in over there, man, and show some love, man. This is gonna be dope. She dope. And you dig what I'm talking about? Don't worry about the skin color. First of all, she a Jew and speak more Hebrew than y'all. Secondly, let me get this through to you. She a real one. But I'm not gonna. She a that okay. I'll put it like this.
She gotta be your stuttering, boy.
She blew my mind, bro. Because you know how you meet some of your idols, and you know what I mean. Some of your people that you adore and you look up to them. You know what I mean. And you meet them, and they not what you think they is or what they portray themselves to be.
Yeah.
Man, she was a real sister. She could have been anybody grandmama. That's what I'm trying to tell. She could have been any one of you niggas grandmama. That's a sister. Straight out of Brooklyn, New York. Stop playing.
So that's this Friday coming up.
That's this Friday on that's the 14th. That's the 14th, Friday, 8 p.m. Cosmon Cal, Dr. Susan B. Martinez, man. She got a brand new book, too. Y'all go out there and get that Prayer in the Time of Contagion. It is deep. Remember the stuff I showed you about George Washington? That's in her book.
Okay. Is that 8 p.m. Eastern? Y'all on the East Coast, right? Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah, I'm on East Coast. I'm on Eastern, so it'll be 7 Central.
7 Central, yeah, and like 5 West Coast.
5 West Coast and 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. All right, but that's what's up, Cosmo and Cal, bro. You dig? Hey, y'all tap in, y'all support the brother. You dig? Email him, ask him questions. The brother more than willing to answer, and sit on up and make sure you get some understanding. You know what I mean? Salute to the God, peace to the God, brother. Much love.
Peace to
and
brother.
Hey, y'all be warm up there, man, doing all that moving during this time, boy. Shit, I know it.
Nigga, this Michigan. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm already here.
Michigan. And they say if you don't like it, hold your breath.
All right, my brother. I'll talk to you later on. All right.
All right, love y'all brothers, man. I love the chat, man. Peace to the Nazarene, peace to the Essenes, peace to the Faithers, love and light, man. Creator, bless up.
Creator gang, bless up, brother. And my brother Cosmo Cal in the building. I got my YAHWH'S in the building.
Yo, what it do?
What it do, man? Talk to me, brother. Hey, episode 100, brother. You know what I mean? We've been diligently just keeping our foot on the necks of these false deities and just slow killing or slow cooking. I ain't gonna say slow kill, slow cooking the naysayers, man. It's been a beautiful thing. I give all praise to the Most High. But talk to me, bro. What's the word? Let the people know what's up.
No doubt, man. First, I'd like to give all praise to the Most High, man. All praise to the Most High. I thank him for my big brother Yahshua for showing me how to walk this walk the correct way, no blood way, But I had to get on here, me and the wife, and we out. But I said I gotta get on here. This is the 100th show too. You've been doing it, man, for real. So, but I just want to get on here and just talk about, man, my journey since me and you been, since I came down here and you done put me down with some things, and you just really made me open the scriptures up and really start to read, really slow down and read. A lot of us be reading them scriptures, but we never really slowed down and reading and thought about the sacrifices, the blood sacrifices, the heads, taking goat heads and putting them on the altar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see that now, I'll be like, that nigga crazy. What they doing over there? I'm really ready to pull a scrap out or something. You know what I'm saying? So just that and just knowing, like, now I understand. I know who the creator is in the Bible, and I know who the false gods is in the Bible now.
Yeah.
Now I really understand. I know how to chew the meat and spit out the bones now in the Bible. I would never throw the Bible away, never put the Bible down. I just know the difference now. I know the creator. I know who the creator is in there now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in Numbers, I understand why, like, man, they was getting manna. But then they started, they wanted flesh.
Yeah.
The Most High wasn't about that. That's why they was, they would die with the stuff in their teeth. They overate, and you know what I'm saying? The Most High wasn't with that. They just left them out of Egypt. They knew about the flesh from there. The Most High is not about. I understand now, man. Look, man, I don't even swat a bee now. I kill a bee. I love the Most High creation. I understand now that the things of the Most High, we are to love His creations. Everything the Most High created was perfect, but not to be chewed on. It was made to do stuff like you killing cows and stuff. A cow graze grass. That's what it's put here for. Chickens, they help plants grow.
Yeah.
When you started looking this stuff up, I just understand now, and I thank you out for going in and letting me know what just slow down and read and know that I'm supposed to love the things of the Most High, man. I'm supposed to love His creations, man. And me and my wife, we haven't ate no animal sandwiches going on about 2 months and some change now.
I know. I remember when y'all stopped. I remember y'all stopped. Yeah.
So no dairy products or nothing. But I look at it and I know we in Rome, man, because you check the label on stuff, even in sugar, it got bone child and sugar. I'm like, anything you know what I'm saying? Bone child sugar.
Hey, boy. Hey, I'm telling you, got bros getting on that. They got something called agave. You know what I mean? That natural sweetener and all this. You know what I mean? It's like syrup or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you start finding different ways to make your stuff, because you know we like our stuff with some flavor. I can't go to plant based and be all boring, eating rabbit food all day. I'm gonna get bored with it. So
I need some flavor.
Yeah, so we gotta have the recipes popping around here, man. You know what I mean? And bro, I eat good. Keep it real with you, I eat good as a mug.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We eating good now. Yes, sir. We eating good. Yes, indeed. Wife, you got some vegan rice right now.
Hey, tell my sis I said shalom. Tell my sis shalom.
I said shalom. say you heard this Malaki.
What's going on, she bro? Shalom.
She said shalom. I got the headphones in.
Yeah.
Bam, little quick jack. All right, my bad. Yeah, man. But you know, just keep doing what you're doing now, for real, man. Because people that, you know, like me, because it was at first I was listening, but I won't listen. But the way you do it with love, and you ain't, you know what I'm saying, you're not even, you know, you're not looking at nobody to like judge them and like think you better than them because you don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? It was the love. It was the way you did it in love that had me. Remember, I hit you up. I said, send me them scripts.
Hey, I knew it was going to look. You know how I knew it was coming? Because after we did the immersion, right on the way to do the immersion, you was like, so how long you been off the flesh? Yeah, I was like, oh, bro, it's been over a year now. You know what I mean? Feel good, you know, this and that. You would tell me you had stopped before. You did, but you know it's more to the answer than I get. I just gave you something like,
I know it.
A little bit over a year, you know, it's all good.
Me.
Man, look, you like, man, that's spoon feeding me.
Yeah.
Send me that stuff. I was like, I got you, bro.
I was at work like this. You know, and I presented it to my wife, but she had went vegan before anyway, and she was ready to go before we even, you know, got immersed. So, you know, the Most High timing is perfect, and he already got everything lined up. So it just fell into place, and we both stopped just like that. Just like that, you know, and we feel good, you know, energy. Man, I'm gonna tell you, not eating that flesh, because I understand that you get different types of spirits in you when you're eating that flesh and them animals being killed, you know, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, my attitude, like, I'm slow to anger. I'm really slow to anger now. Like, I don't get, you know what I'm saying? I can control my attitude and stuff like that, man. You know, and my spirit is always good. You know, I'm not sluggish or nothing, you know. So that meat, eating that dead flesh, man, for real can do something to you. You know, I mean, and you go to the doctor you tell you that, you know.
Doctor just told one of our bros that. He just told him that. Like, bro, you stop eating flesh. He did, but nobody argue with the doctor. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna be like, hey, bro, stop chewing on them animal sandwiches, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know the breakdowns. I know where you gonna go. I know Leviticus 11 is in the Bible. I know Deuteronomy 14 is. I know this. You know what I mean? But you gotta dive a little deeper and understand what the meats and flesh and food is offered to the idols. What is that? Once you get that understanding, then you're gonna be like, oh man, good night.
You gotta let it go. Yeah, exactly. Once you find out that, according to the Torah, you gotta let it go.
Yeah, ain't nobody even came with another breakdown. Like, nah, bro, that mean this according to the Torah. And the reason I say Torah is because that's all they had at that time was the Torah. So, all right, well, their understanding would have been out of that, right? Based off that, what is the meats or the foods or the flesh offered to idols?
Exactly.
And when I was bumping into a lot of the brothers, everybody kept running them. I don't know. I don't know.
They don't.
How's you against what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But what you were saying in love, I kept it like that for a reason. Like I turn up every once in a while because you know, we just competition. Negroes be thinking you running and you scared, so it's like, all right, what's up? Let's get it.
Right.
But I just be wanting to have a conversation. Let's just talk about these things.
That's
if your
it.
spirit feel like you want to holler about, let's rap about it.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? And let's see where we at. Look,
Yes,
we both may
sir.
learn something out of it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
But we should
yep.
be able to talk about these things. Let's stop acting like it ain't conflicting stuff in the Bible. It is.
Right, right.
And
Exactly.
either we gonna talk about it so we can be better and stronger, or we gonna act like the elephant ain't in that corner over there and we gotta go.
Exactly.
We gotta talk about the elephant in the room. When we gonna do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know?
When I first talked to you and you was like, man, what's up with Exodus 34? Because that's a different set of commandments that have feast days in them too.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you was talking about how brothers ain't even they was blowing you off. Like,
they blowing me off.
Yeah.
Straight with it. Let's talk about it. You know?
Yeah.
Off on that. Something simple as that. You know what I'm saying? You know? So, but it's all good though, man. You know, because like I said, man, the Most High timing is perfect, man. You know, and I just pray that the rest of the brothers, you know, one thing is pride. Pride is big, man. In this walk, man. And our brothers, you know, one thing, I can admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I can admit when I'm wrong, and that, you know, I got to go back and reteach something. Tell my wife, like, I was wrong, but check this out. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just glad I got that spirit, you know. But a lot of brothers just need to admit that they're wrong because, you know, that pride on them. But like
pride,
you said, the pride is on them. But you
that
always told me, you said leave the door open for them.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, leave the door open. Leave the bridge up for them, bro. We the bridge.
Yeah,
and that's why I left that trail from episode 1 to where we at now.
Yes,
bro,
sir.
we the bridge, huh?
Yes, sir.
I love Israel. What you mean?
Yes, sir.
You did.
Yes,
eventually, y'all gonna be right where we at. And I'm like, look, I kept the bridge up for you niggas.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean? We ain't burned the bridge. We left a breadcrumb so you can find us. You know what I mean? We always available to rap if you want to dialogue about it.
Exactly.
If you want to have some fun and get in the ring and debate it, we'll debate it if we got to.
Yeah.
But it's still all love.
It's still all love.
You know what I mean?
It's
That's
still all love. Exactly. Exactly. And I just wish our brothers would stop getting, come when we bring this out, especially when you hit them with the book of Barnabas. Oh man, they can't take it. They like, it's hard for brothers to give up that flesh. I see that. I understand it. That flesh is something else. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just continue to pray for my brothers, man. And like you said, the bridge there for them. You know, it's there.
Yeah, we'll never burn the bridge down. I ain't never
Yeah.
doing that. I love my people, y'all. I always been like that. You know what I mean? But look, we left the trail there so you can find us. We could have been prideful and been like, man, the hell with y'all. Y'all all just gonna be lost. No. Even when you get sick from chewing on that flesh, because I ain't say if, I said when.
Right.
You gonna get sick.
Yes.
Reach out to your brothers. We got remedies for you. And guess what we gonna tell you? The same thing. Hey, you gotta stop chewing on that flesh. You want to heal.
Exactly.
That's it.
Hey, another thing about the healing. My blood pressure used to be like 166. You know what I'm saying? Since I stopped eating that flesh, man, check my pressure like 125.
I know you've been showing it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
just from removing the flesh and the dairy. Look at your body naturally balances back out. That's what people don't understand. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Your body was designed to heal itself if you introduce it to the right environment. It will heal itself. You know what I mean? And so that's amazing. You know, a lot of people, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of people of our people are on that high blood pressure medication.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yep.
High blood pressure. I mean, for life. And man, if our people just knew, if you got away from the flesh,
that's
you dig. And I would say the dairy too. That dairy
The
dairy is very dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but
sir.
if you put away that flesh and that dairy, you dig, and just up your intake of fruits. You know what I mean? And veggies. I guarantee. Look, whatever you got going, you are gonna balance out.
Yes, sir.
You are gonna balance out. It's not.
I'm a witness.
Yeah.
I'm a witness. My wife witness. You know, that's just what it is, man. When you do the, you know, the things of the Most High that He give you, He's not gonna give us no death diet. Most High don't give us. The Creator ain't gonna give us no death diet, man. Some things got to be common sense. You can't lose your common sense, because when you lose your common sense, you'll believe anything in the book. You know, them land pins of the scribes, what they done did to the book. You know,
Right.
and, you know, they done chopped the book up, man. They done chopped it up, man. You know, but this one thing I know that will help our people. If they can slow down and stop making Paul like their God,
Yeah. Yeah.
they'll be all right. If they can look in them scriptures and realize that, man, Paul going against James, Jacob, he going against Yahshua, brother.
Mhm.
Things would be better if they could see that, because they always quoting Paul writings.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they could see that Paul was going against James, who was the bishop, I just found that out this year. That's how you know they don't really talk about that. That's why he ain't got number one book in the 66.
Bro, most people don't even know that Yahshua had a brother. He had brothers and sisters. So now that blow the lid off everything. Because now, hold on. How you got brothers and sisters? What's really going on around here?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
if you get into certain histories, you'll see that his bloodline kept ruling after he left. James and Simeon born them. You dig? And it was a way more revolutionary movement than what the Christianity portrays today. Bro. It was way more strategic, revolutionary, and all that. So if we dealing with rulership through bloodline, then bruh, we dealing with what's called a caliphate. That's what the Muslims call a caliphate. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. Dealing with that, even if you slow down, dealing with Paul, dealing with James, dealing with Peter, and all them, if you just be real with yourself,
that's it. Be real with yourself.
Be real with yourself, and look. All we got to do is slow down and reread what Paul was writing himself.
Yep.
And you'll see it. You'll be like, he is going at blood them. So when he talking about he that eateth herbs is weak, he talking about Nazarenes and them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When he talk about the long hair and all that, does not nature teach you that if a man have long hair as a shame? He talking about the Nazarenes and them, because them brothers was lifelong Nazarites. They had long locks.
Exactly.
They never shaved. And they never chewed on flesh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once you understand, he got a problem with the apostles, that the disciples in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Paul doing his own thing. His story don't even add up. All four accounts of his conversion, that don't even add. Okay, but look, trip off this. That don't even mean everything came off his mouth was wrong. There are things he said that you can apply to your life today and affect righteous change today. You need to know about spiritual wickedness in high places. You need to know about the fruits of the spirit and how to conduct yourself with your brothers and all that. That ain't saying everything he said was wrong, but there are things that he taught that was directly against who Yahshua left in charge.
Exactly.
As your bruh, I gotta roll with those who knew Yahshua. That's it. If you feel comfortable rolling with the man who never met him, that had a problem with those that Yahshua set up, then that's on you.
Right. That's true. That's it.
You know what I mean? I can't force nothing on nobody, but we present the information. And it's true about this. If we was coming out of a Dr. Seuss book, nobody would have a problem.
I know it.
That's how you know the information we bring in is a threat. It's revolutionary because people can't even sleep no more. They wake up every morning talking about what we got going on over there.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
you know
people make a whole post. People make a whole post. I click over and look. I'm like, man, but he ain't on his page no more. But he making a whole post about the Nazarene movie.
Yeah,
you know, it's like that. It's like that.
Yeah, man, still don't want to either debate or dialogue about it. So it's cool. We'll raise the brothers up when they ready. We just leave the bridge and the door open for them.
That's it.
You know what I mean? We got to raise the brothers up, the brothers and the sisters up. And look, even over this way, bro, it's even more balanced dealing with our sisters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see, that's another thing. You know what I mean? Bros, if you realize that old-fashioned caveman woman, shut your ass up. You can't say nothing. You don't know nothing. But you only here to have my babies and all that. Listen to me. Your marriage is going to fail horribly.
Yes, sir.
It's going to crash and burn. At what point do we use wisdom and deal with the sisters? We know it say in the latter days he gonna pour out a spirit on all flesh. And the women gonna be prophesying too.
Exactly. The women got something to say. Gotta listen to them.
Yeah, they got wisdom, understanding. All that's personified as the woman. Over this way, bro, to trip off this, any brothers that's dealing with like anger issues and all that, you dig? Over this way, especially once you change what you eating, Over this way, it's all balance. We understand Creator is balance. You dig? So the sisters are necessary just like the brothers are necessary. The masculine is necessary just like the feminine. You dig? We ain't putting our sisters in bondage over here.
That's
you
right.
Dig?
That's right.
We ain't putting them in bondage over this way. Nuh-uh. Just pour on me some of that wisdom. What you see? Let me know what that is. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
That's
so over this way, bro, it's more balance, it's more peace. You dig? That threat of your nuts roasting forever, that's a bar for you. You dig?
Exactly.
And you just focused on what? Doing righteous work to the Most High's creation, righteous work to raise up others.
That's it. That's it. Ain't no prejudice, no nothing. You ain't hating nobody. None of that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm real chill now. I'm more chill than I ever been in my life. Like, what? Chill.
Exactly.
Man, ain't no nothing. What's up, player? Oh man, it's all good, King. Hold it down. Yeah. Like, he ain't coming here and take nobody's head off this time. Nah, bro.
Exactly.
Like, things have changed on this side.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So yeah, bro. So man, hey, good to see you, brother. Abundant blessings. Hey, let everybody know who you are, your contact, like on Facebook and all that, because they may want to friend request you and chop it up with you, bro.
Okay, no doubt. On Facebook is YAHWH'S. You know, so hit me up. You know, I love my people, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love the truth. The real truth, you know what I'm saying? So, hit me up, YAHWH'S, and that's what it is.
Hey, salute, brother. I salute you and your queen and your entire family, grandbabies, baby, all that in the name of the Creator, brother. I see that fire you coming with. I look every day this brother drops it. Yeah, I start sharing your stuff. Let me share the brother.
Yes, sir. You already know.
Yeah, y'all don't want to hear me, hear my brother.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, look, before I go, one more thing that I'm just learning. Well, I can say I'm just learning this. I understand that the Messiah, he died because he came with that truth. Yeah. He came with that truth. He came with that truth. He came with that truth. And he talked about not sacrificing animals. That's why, he took them animals. He let the animals loose when they was, and they're selling. But the scripture, people always talk about them selling in the place, but they don't really talk about, it was about what they were selling. It was them supposed to be clean animals that they were selling for sacrificial things. Yeah. And Yahshua won't about that. Nah, they was hot about that.
He said, take these hence, or take these up out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So he freed if you go back and reread the story, he made the bull whip and all that. He freed the animals.
He freed
from being sold to be sacrificed.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
I will have mercy and not sacrifice.
Exactly.
So, bro, hey, man, I salute you, your queen, all involved with you, bro. You already know you local now, so, we just need to be linking a little more and get it done, bro. Y'all be safe out there. Handle y'all business. I'm about to read one more thing real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to read two more things. And then we're going to say an ending prayer, and I'm going to get up out of here. So
that's what it is. Much love. You already know,
Much love, King. Abundant blessings. Bless up. Bless up. All praises, glory, and honor to the Creator, the Most High, man. Good to holler at the brothers and sisters, man. Believe that. You know what I mean? Good to holler at them. I want to share this with y'all, and then I got something I want to end it with in the book of Judgment. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. All right, let's go here. Let me share my screen again. We almost done. Nazarene edition, part 100. All praise to the Creator, man. It just feel good to diligently, consistently set out to do something and then to see it get done. You understand? And to see people saying, like, what's coming out has changed my life. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So regardless of what the haters, y'all jackers, and shout out to the haters, y'all jackers and naysayers. Yeah, we love y'all too. That the fact, so it really don't matter what they saying. You dig? What they doing is promoting us, but the anger they have toward us really means nothing, because there are people who holler at us all the time and they ain't apologize and they got a testimony about being healed. So where we at now? Where we at now? This right here, y'all, is the book of remembrance. All right. First and second book of YAH'KI. All right, that's the cover right there. I don't know how much it costs now. All right. So we're going to go to page 170. Pages 170 to 174. All All right. We're gonna get right to the main parts of it though. All right. I'm gonna jump down to 91, like 91 down here. All right. And it came to pass that Moses carried these 2 tablets of stone, and he made an ark of gopher wood to hold them. And the tablets were small as they were phylacteries of the forehead. The ark of the covenant was held in his hand. So the next one. What about this? 93. And Moses went down from the mountain with the ark in his hand, and as he drew near, he could hear the shouts and the laughter coming from the camp. And it was on the Sabbath day, and he wept. And as he drew near, he could see that people were worshiping an image of the God of the king YAH'KI, the golden calf. Look at this. And Moses exclaimed to one standing, from whence comes this idol? And they said, Aaron caused that people. Aaron caused that the people should borrow gold from their fellows before they fled the land of the king. So Aaron, when you read in Exodus about we borrowed jewels and everything from our neighbors and all that before we fled Egypt, it's saying that was a decree that Aaron gave out. That's what this is saying. Now look at it. And Moses wept. He fell down on his knees, and the ark was dropped, and it fell open. The tablets spilled out onto the dust, and he dashed the tablets upon a stone. These are the original 10 commandments that were written with the finger of God. Now look at this. And he dashed the tablets upon a stone for the overflowing grief of his heart. And he exclaimed, Oh God, how can I place such holy things before the face of those who worship idols? You, O Lord, have overcome and subdued the river god YAH'KI before their eyes, and yet they are so quickly turned into it. About this time, the people beheld Moses that he was coming, and they all stood still and were silent before him. And Moses said, Who does make your idols in your midst? And they answered, Aaron. And Moses said, Where is Aaron the idol maker? Boy. Remember Moses and Aaron, brothers. Where is Aaron the idol maker? And Aaron said, Here am I. And Moses said, You are the one who has been set apart and established as a priest before God, and you make idols. These people have had the Lord establish his tabernacle in their midst, and all their worship in his place is in his place. And now they pray to YAH'KI on the Sabbath. And Aaron answered him not a word. And Moses said, Grind your idol to powder and scatter it abroad on the north side of the camp, north side. And Moses went out and called upon the Lord, and Moses asked God to forgive Aaron. But the Lord would not. The Lord declared unto Moses that Aaron was not repentant. And I thought about that while I was reading, but I don't recall anywhere where Aaron repented. I don't. That's an excellent point. And it says, unto Moses that Aaron was not repentant, and mischief yet remained in his heart. And Moses went down from the Lord, and he declared unto all the people, even to as many as were able to understand the language of the king, that Aaron and all the sons of his lineage after him could not sprinkle the element of cleansing upon the unclean for purification on the Sabbath for all their generations, because he had polluted the Sabbath with idols. You see this? Him and his sons of his lineage after him could never sprinkle the element of cleansing upon the unclean for purification on the Sabbath. Wow, look at this. And it came to pass that Aaron was wroth. Aaron mad at this. Moses asked the Most High to forgive Aaron. He wouldn't. He like, nah, he ain't repentant for that. He ain't remorseful. So Aaron gets mad. And it came to pass that Aaron was wroth, and he worked the works of deception. And he would pretend, look at this. And he, Aaron, would pretend to have spoken unto Moses and bring back a report. And this man, Aaron, would also pretend unto the high priesthood. And he imagined clothing of finery and gold for the Ark of the Covenant, and much status and wealth for himself and his sons after him. And he transformed the tabernacle of Moses. Aaron did, huh? That tabernacle of Molech, that's all Aaron's doing. It ain't Moses. Look at this. And this did Aaron the idol maker, pervert in the eyes of the people the doings of God as to the priesthood. Look at this. Aaron secured the bag for him and his sons. That's what he did. And he would pretend as if he got word from Moses, who got it from the Creator, and he would come back and explain himself to the masses, or to the priesthood, and then to the masses. You dig? Pump faking, unrepentant, not remorseful, pump faking. And even when you read the Bible, he never repented for this. Look at this. And thus did Aaron the idol maker pervert in the eyes of the people the doings of God as to the priesthood, after the manner of the holy order. For has God not said that he himself would herald and demand their calling according to his will, and that such callings came not by the will of man, nor were they called because of father or mother. Therefore, Aaron sought to establish that now the high priesthood was to come by the blood of lineage. Bag drop. You hear this? Being part of the Most High's priesthood ain't got nothing to do with blood or lineage, who your father or mother is. But you'll see that in Nehemiah and Ezra when they're reestablishing the kingdom and they trying to establish everybody's pedigree. You'll see that dealing with the Israelites today. Everybody concerned about father and mother, pedigree. Look at this. For has God not said that he himself would herald, call unto man their calling according to his will, and that such callings came not by the will of man, nor were they called because of father or mother. Most High don't call you because of your lineage and who you and your mom and father. You ain't got nothing to do with your father and your mother and father. Creator don't call you based off of your blood lineage or who your father and mother is. And since that, because that's the higher Torah, Aaron comes with the written Torah, that now the high priesthood was to come by the blood of lineage. Look at this. And HICKMAN beheld the abominations of Aaron before the face of God, and Aaron desired wealth and great glory to be passed on to his sons. But the language of repentance came to him by a mighty hand, and his two oldest sons who stood before the people as if to act within their appointed duty as priests, and who were in the minds of the people to inherit the high priesthood, worked the works of sorcery. And they brought their strange fire and placed it upon the altar of Moses within the tabernacle, and it was a high priest altar, after the manner of the holy order. And Moses had consecrated the altar unto the Lord and prayed that it could only be used to bless the God of Israel. Even so, it came to pass that when Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aharon, placed their fire of sorcery upon the altar, and were offering up incense upon it unto the strange god, that a false god that is stone on the altar burst asunder for much heat, and it killed them both. And an uproar went throughout the camp, and people said, what is to become of us without the lineage of Aaron? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, family. Ooh-wee. Somebody mad. Somebody mad. Where is Aaron the idol maker? Where is Aaron the idol maker? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. One more and we out of here. One more and we out of here. Let me present this real short. Let's pick up OSP. Book of Judgment, chapter 35. God declares against the governments of man. This is OSP, the book of Judgment, chapter 35. Excellent read. But what tastes good to me may not taste good to you. So, all right. Look at this. Going over the Sabbath. I found this very interesting. And look, y'all, I bumped into this yesterday while I was studying. Like, dang, that's crazy. You dig? I've been dealing with the brothers and sisters. You know, every time this year you deal with everybody. They want to know how you do the feast days, when you do it. Are they damned if they made a mistake? All that type of madness, right? So this right here is the book of Judgment, chapter 35. We're going to read 10 through 13. This is major. All right, look at it. It says, it was said of old, you shall keep the Sabbath day holy. And it was defined what a man should not do on that day. Judgment is rendered against that law. Judgment is rendered against that law. Nevertheless, I do not put aside the practice. Got certain things. If you was caught doing certain things on the Sabbath, you was killed too or cut off. And Creator saying through true God, judgment is rendered against that law. You know what I mean? He said, I don't put aside the practice, but who are we to judge or condemn anybody for not observing the Shabbat how we observe it? But if you still want to rock and observe Shabbat, of course, that's what it's saying. You did. But how dare we hold somebody to that, you know what I mean, to the fire, because their understanding of the Sabbath is different than ours. See that? Look at it. Verse 12. But the time has now come when man shall himself. But the time has come. But the time has now come when man shall himself judge as to whether he will or will not keep any day sacred. Look, why would that be hard for you to understand when I just went over? Ain't none of us keeping the feast days according to the law. When I just went and showed you that Day of Atonement can't even be properly kept and you can't be properly atoned for without the Ark of the Covenant and blood on it from unblemished sacrifices. Why would this be hard to receive when we read that the Most High and Amos hate the feast days and the offerings you was doing in the wilderness was going to the gods of Canaan? We got Isaiah saying he don't require it. We got Jeremiah saying it wasn't commanded in Egypt. We got Amos saying it wasn't commanded in the wilderness. We got the feast days hated in Amos and Isaiah, which was kept in the land during their time. So why would this be hard for you to receive? But the time has now come when man shall himself judge as to whether he will or will not keep any day sacred. Moreover, from this time forward, man shall not be held accountable as to whether he keeps or does not keep any day as a sacred day. Yet this accountability shall be upon all men, whether they fulfill in wisdom and righteousness to the utmost of their capacities. That's what you're accountable for, to live to your highest light in wisdom and righteousness. Right? Whether you didn't keep a day exactly how somebody else did, or you did do it or not. Nah. He's saying, look, you judge whether you should keep that or not. But you ain't gonna be held accountable for if you don't. Like, I don't put aside the practice if that's what you want to do, but you're not going to be cut off from the people, condemned and judged for not doing it. You see? And why would anybody that read the Bible have a problem with that? When we just went and showed that it ain't even being observed according to the law. It wasn't even being observed according to the law in Yahshua's time, let alone today. How you still got a problem with that? Let's go down here and deal with this blood. And jump on down. We're going to get out of here. All right, we jump on down. Verse 22 through, what is that, 25? Yeah, 22 to 25. All right. In Cosmon, that's the era we in now. In Cosmon, man shall no longer be driven in yoke and harness, right? Forcing you to do something. A slave, whether it's a physical slave or a mental slave. Like, it's all balanced in this era. You see that? Look at this right here. It says in Cosmon, let me blow it up some more. That's as far as it goes. In Cosmon, man should no longer be driven in yoke and harness. He should stand upright before the Creator, practicing his highest light with rejoicing, being a free man and a brother to his God. You hear that? Look at this. 23. Behold, the Uzians have a custom of eating bread and drinking wine, saying, like the worshipers of Baal God of old, eat of this, for it is my flesh, and drink of this, for it is my blood, signifying that this which they do was commanded by me, God of heaven and earth. That's the communion ritual, y'all. Eat of this, for it is my flesh, and drink of this, for it is my blood, signifying that this which they do was commanded by me, God of heaven and earth. Look at this. Judgment. Judgment is rendered against this custom. What custom? The communion custom, right? Judgment is rendered against this custom with abhorrence. Moreover, from now on, it shall be known as blasphemy against the Creator. You got to be careful with the cannibalist talk. Why you got a problem with Jeffrey Dahmer then? Notice that custom is blasphemy and hateful in the eyes of the Creator. Y'all see that? 25. Your God has never commanded man to eat flesh and blood. Now, if man was eating flesh and blood, it's because that's what he was doing. It was never commanded, though. Your God has never commanded man to eat flesh and blood, nor pretended that bread and wine were flesh and blood, nor commanded them to be eaten in remembrance of the flesh and blood of any man born of woman, bag drop. There it is. What we really talking about? What is we really talking about? Dig? So I just want to get on and show that y'all, chop it up with the fam. You know what I mean? All praises, all glory. One thing for certain, this information freed us from the bondage of religion. Absolutely, Jerry. My Nazarene brother. Absolutely, y'all. Absolutely. Absolutely. It did. So y'all continue to pray for your brother. Right on for the prayer, right on for the support. You know what I mean? Like it's really the prayers more than anything. Because as your brother and as your fam, we all go through the same things. You know what I mean? With a shift, I was telling brothers and sisters not that long ago, with a shift in the seasons come a shift in consciousness. Right? You don't move around in the fall with the same awareness you do in the summertime. Or you don't move around in the wintertime with summertime consciousness. So as the seasons shift, you understand, consciousness shift. Whether it be the weather, whether it be like vibrations, the seasons are shifting. You may want to, check on your spouse. You know what I mean? Because all these things shift. Consciousness, weather, you understand? The vibrational frequency field of the earth and all that, what we call the vortex, all that speeds up, slows down. You dig? Some of us are sensitive to the unseen realm more than others. You understand? So a change in season is a change in consciousness, all right? So make sure you're checking on your spouse and all that too. You know what I mean? Sometimes during these feast days, what we be saying, they be out here catching spirits. But if you know that, you understand, then it's our job to prepare for that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You might want to make sure she in a position to where she ain't even got to be flipping out because the seasons are shifting. You understand? The frequency ain't vibrating the same way. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? So be up on it. If we know the seasons are shifting more than the weather changes. All right, people's perception, people's attitudes, and all that. And it's because we ain't vibrating on the same frequency. You dig? That's it. But it ain't like we can't get back on the same frequency, but we got to be conscious of these so-called atmospheric and earth changes, these so-called densities and all that. You got to be aware of that. Yeah. All right, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. Let's say a prayer. Say a prayer and get up out of here. Handle my business for the rest of the day. I love all y'all indeed and in truth. Believe that. Know that. You dig? Love is love. All right, love is love. All right, let me do this very quick. All right, we all good. I don't see nothing. Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, HICKMAN, if you ever want to, I'm about to go right now, but if you ever want to get on and just chop it up, and give your perspective, hey, it's all good. It's all good. You know, man, we'll chop it up about, how we looking at things. You give your perspective. You know what I mean? We can share the information that we all got and let's just see where we landed. I just be trying to have a dialogue with everybody. That's it. Let's see where we landed up. It's all good. You know what I mean? So let's get it done. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Imar. Yep. And in the Essene literature, it calls the parasites and the worms. Like that the devil is right there. You know what I mean? So all praises. Let me go ahead. Let's get this going. All praises. Also, y'all keep the family of our brother NehemiYAH in your prayers. It's been real hectic since last week. His mom's transitioned a week ago today. You know what I mean? And it's been hard for Nee. So y'all keep NehemiYAH in y'all prayers. The actual service for his mom's is next Wednesday here in St. Louis. So y'all, reach out to the bro, man. NehemiYAH is always a brother that's available. But he in a time where he need all our love and all our comfort and all our prayers. You know what I mean? It's hard losing a parent. Trust me, I know. I speak from experience. So y'all pray for that brother. If y'all got his number, reach out to him and pour your love on him. You understand? And may the Creator send his angel ambassadors of comfort. And may they comfort his entire family and surround his family. And all those who have, recently lost loved ones. You know what I mean? So hey, look, it's all good. But you know, a lot of times I know we be on the internet and we laugh and crack jokes, but sometimes brothers and sisters are hurting inside. You know what I mean? So make sure you pull your love on your people, man. Yeah, make sure you pray for them, even if they don't know about it. Say a silent prayer real quick. You understand? Like I said, I baptized that brother's situation with love and peace. You know what I mean? In the name of the Creator. I baptized his brother with abundance and prosperity and protection. You know what I'm saying? Like we should always be constantly praying or in communication with the Creator anyway. You know what I mean? Well, all praises. Heavenly Father, the all in all, the ever present, the always was, is, and ever shall be, the mighty YAHWH. We come before you with all the sick, with all the shut in, all those who have passed on and crossed over and transitioned in this world. We come to you with all their families. We come to you with their bodies. And we ask you to send forth your angel ambassadors to comfort your people, protect your people, guide your people, and give us the inspirations we need from the higher heavens, the way we are fulfilling our purpose in you, Creator. All praises, all glory, all honor. We ask that you comfort all those that mourn. For we touch and agree to cancel hatred with love, war with peace. We stand totally against the murder and the bloodshed of the innocent, whether it be man or beast. We decide this day to never let our faith waver in thee, O Creator. To you and for you do we do what we do and praise you unwaveringly. We don't come down off our faith. We don't care what anyone has to say, for we are dead set on bringing forth this light and shedding the light of the higher heavens into this world of darkness. In your name, Creator, the ever present, the always was, the unbegotten, the great I am, Yahuwah. We pray. We come against every form of sickness in this hour. Every form of sickness in this hour, we cancel it with a bodily healing. We cancel it with a spiritual healing. We cancel it with a metaphysical healing. And may it resonate from the crown of their head to the sole of their feet in the name and the power and the glory of the Most High Yah. We bind up every so-called unclean spirit of sickness. We bind up every unclean spirit that's attempting to take control and dominate our lives. You can't have us. We don't tolerate the madness. If you around us, you either being raised up or you got to keep it moving. We bind you, we rebuke you. You understand? And we send you on your way in the name of the Creator. We invoke a massive healing vortex worldwide. We cancel all these so-called plagues through your eternal essence. We cancel the unclean spirit of fear with the spirit of love, for you have not given us the spirit of fear. Those who have full faith in you, Creator, fear nothing in heaven or in earth. In your power, in your name, in your authority, I invoke a massive protection vortex amongst your people. May it crash upon their head, their mind, their body, their spirit. May your ambassador angels surround us at every turn and guide us and let us know where we supposed to leave and where we ain't supposed to be at. We call to be in tune with you, Creator. We call to become one with you, Creator. And even for our loved ones who have crossed over, may you bless their memory. And may they rise in the grades and experience your endless creation, your endless worlds without end. In your name and your power and your glory, we pray. And we come against and declare war against every spirit of darkness. All praises. Bust your gun, Zion. Hallelujah. Let's get it. Real thing this. All right. In full faith, pray for yourself. Pray for your children. In full faith, in the name of the Creator, it all got to go and move out the way. You understand? Love all y'all in deed and truth. You dig? Y'all make sure y'all reach out. Anybody want to have a convo, we can have a convo. You dig? We can have a convo. That ain't no thing. Reach out. Let's set it up. And let's have a convo in front of everybody and get it done. You dig? So look, I love all y'all in deed and truth. Nazarene edition part 100 in the building, baby. And we still going strong. You dig? Shout out to the haters, y'all, jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all too. Bless up, clip up, create a gang. You bring them, we raise them. Shout out to the Nazarene scene faithers in the building. Bless up. Y'all.